Is what it is.
Well, did I click record?
Yes, you did.
Did I?
We on.
Okay.
This is live, motherfucker.
Live entertainment for everybody. Full screen.
Full screen.
And I'll give you the mouse.
Thank you.
And we're going to be playing Route 65 today.
Echo Route 65. So
I'll have to make sure to put this in the playlist in between episodes so that people know.
Yeah. So that they're not all right, we go to the next episode. All right, we're back from Route 65.
I guess, you don't need this.
But it's good.
But I think you should play it here.
And now that we're on, and since we're on the Leo route,
yeah,
you say this game's about him. So
no, it's about Chase.
Well, it's about, you know what I mean.
There's a good segment for every single character if you choose to or not.
Okay.
But there's one specific scene that's about Leo that's mandatory.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll new game it.
Yeah.
New game.
Game lo stato.
Game lo stato.
I can never read this in time. It's timed.
There was a very singular echo in this ravine. The rattling of wagons resembled carpenters hammering at board inside the highest rocks.
Yeah. See.
The lowing of cattle and braying of mules seemed to be answered beyond the mountains. Music notably had a very queer effect and resembled a person standing inside the rock, imitating every note.
I don't know if that's a real person or if that's William from Smoke Room.
Is his name William Clayton?
I don't remember if his last name.
Oh, can we ignore the call from Mom?
No, this is just an image.
Oh.
So you have to just... So Chase is ignoring his mom because he's a terrible person.
Ooh, he is bad.
Yeah.
Bad boy.
Oh, so he's 15 here.
Oh.
This is Chase as a babby child.
Babby children.
Right? No, God, I can't deal with this right now. I stare at the screen, letting my phone vibrate until it stops. I'll try to make an excuse that it was on silent later. I had been a
cringing.
Is that how you spell cringing?
Yeah.
Shit, I've never actually read that word before.
Cringe is it's cringe. This is cringe, but with an E is just the regular.
Yeah, I've only read cringe before. I've never read cringing. What the hell? Cringing flustered mess since this morning. School and my geometry test had kept me only slightly distracted. I'm gonna grab my bottle of water real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a glass of water too if we're gonna be reading.
Professional. Right after we start recording.
You know how we do. I already have a glass. I'm not gonna dirty another one.
Why not?
Because it just makes more work for me later.
Oh, that's the fun part, though.
I mean, I don't agree.
I can't tell you how many times I grab a new fork, and by the end of doing one thing, I now have 4 forks. And I'm just I guess I'm washing all these forks.
So excellent. I keep finding freaking dots of the cherry juice from when I was eating cherries. It looks like I have tiny blood blisters.
Good. With the call as a reminder, I feel a welling sensation around my eyes and my vision blurs. I suck in my cheeks before excluding a shaky exhale. Nothing will ever be the same anymore. My parents won't even see me as normal anymore. All because I was daft enough to try to rub one out on the computer before the bus came this morning.
Oh my God, bro.
Look, Chase, he's not a smart person.
Chase!
He's not a smart person. I thought they were at work. Mom is usually out by 5 and Dad by 6, but they took the day off on their account of their anniversary.
Bro, no! Oh no!
So not only did they catch me pants down, prick in hand, but also found out I was gay in one fell swoop of headphones caused lack of spatial awareness.
Oh, bro!
I heard Mom scream, and I was startled. I jumped, my headphones coming unplugged from my laptop,
No!
blasting Fox the Stallion porn on full blast.
No, bro!
Just when my dad came running in.
He's down bad! Oh my God! How did he not immediately get up and kill himself?
Well, that's what this game is about.
All right then. Good to know.
I remember Mom turned and went to her room, locked the door, and I didn't see her again before I left. Dad, meanwhile, was sort of laughing nervously before I took off to my bus stop, but I could tell from his face that this was beyond awkward for him.
Oh my god.
I couldn't bring myself to words. I just pulled up my shorts and ran to my bus stop. All throughout the day, the thought of coming home and having to face the shame was like being dunked in ice water. Each mile we travel closer to Echo increases that feeling of inevitability, inevitable awfulness. Chase is he's having a hell of a time.
He is down fucking bad, dude.
I try to go over excuses in my head. I could attempt to convince them it was straight porn.
Damage control the best you can, I guess, brother. Yikes.
Both the guys in the video had pretty visible beard scruff, though. I rub my eyes. The thought of trying to figure out what all my folks saw on the screen makes me want to retch. Well, I could say it was a virus that took control of my browser. Yeah, but you were jerking to it, bro.
Like, literally, you were jerking to how are you going to explain, like, dick in hand?
And it was a startling prospect that I didn't have time to fully put my shorts. Whatever. And the erection was unrelated. Fuck.
Oh.
I peeked through my pause at my phone screen. The symbol for missed call, a missed voicemail, having appeared on top.
Oh no, did we get to see the voicemail?
Maybe. I grit my teeth with extreme apprehension, turning the screen off and shoving my phone back into my pocket. Taking a moment to recombobulate, I look around. The bus is pretty much empty besides me, the bus driver, who has been trying to get the radio to work the whole ride, and Carl in the seat adjacent to me. Carl's here. Carl, as usual, has his earbuds in with his expensive handheld out. So this is what? Okay, so I think this is 2006.
Okay. Because Echo 1 takes place in
he's in
2015?
Yeah, 2015, he's 21 there.
Okay, and he's 15 here, so that's what, 6
years?
years?
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Or is this 2005 then?
6 years, 2015, it'd be 2004.
2004? Wow, math's hard.
Math is hard.
I'm too young for math.
Don't fact check my math, anyone who's listening, because I could be wrong, and I.
So I'm guessing he's on like a DS.
Probably.
Is that's like the
2004?
That came out in 2005, right?
He might be on like an SP, Game Boy Advance SP.
Maybe. As usual, Carl has his earbuds in with his expensive handout playing some Japanese tactics RPG. Yo, I hope it's Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. And what was the main character's name in that? Like Marcus?
What was
Marcin?
Did it start with an M?
Yeah. It's the did nothing wrong guy. You know, don't you see? It's escapism.
Was it just Marsh? M-A-R-S-C-H?
I think it was longer than that, though. I don't remember.
No, it was M-A-R-S-C-H-E. His name was Marsh.
Okay.
Yeah.
He did nothing wrong.
Like 95% sure.
Love that game.
Nothing wrong.
Just like everyone in this whole franchise. Literally everyone. Usually we have at least Jeremy, Clint, Heather, Jasmine, and TJ with us, but not today.
So many people.
Right? So many friends. Not Cindy, though.
Oops.
Not many kids who go to school in Peyton live out in Echo. I'm pretty astonished the bus district expansion covered our town. The bus ride from Peyton to Echo takes about 45 minutes. Fuck, I would hate that.
That would suck,
right?
dude.
Oh my god. Apparently that was like my dad's bus route when he was in like middle and high school.
Ugh.
But he lived in like bumfuck nowhere in Minnesota, so like I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. Ugh.
Feels much longer though. Ellipsy. Especially now.
2008.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so... Well, yeah, wait.
No, you did it though. You did plus.
What do you mean did I do plus?
Well, like, so a deck...
So 2015.
Yeah.
He's 21. This
Yeah.
is 2008.
Yeah.
So that
it's a
would
6-year
be
difference, right?
8,
Wait.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's 17. 7
Okay.
years. 7 years.
I don't know.
7 years difference.
It's
So,
whatever. It's
God.
I don't know.
Why? This is embarrassing.
Hey, you're confused too. So you can't pin this all on me.
Yeah.
The ram looks up from his game to the source of the music, slightly furrowed browed. Our bus driver grins back at him, though the rear mirror is in a self-sufficient fashion, right?
Self-satisfied
fashion. Her gummy
Cheshire Mall, maybe.
Cheshire Mall on full yet brief display. Realizing that she is looking back at him, Carl grunts, hunched up his shoulders a bit.
Karen, why?
She lets out a brief chortle. You're gonna voice Karen.
Well, seeing as I have only you two along with me today, I thought I'd put on some tunes. Make your collar a little blue.
Okay. Carl begrudgingly pauses his game, pulling out his earbuds and letting them hang over his horns. It was still weird seeing him like this. Around age 14, his horns developed a lot. He complained about headaches and neck strain constantly. Well, I guess that would be a thing, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
He told me he had to see a chiropractor in a state over because his horns were too big. And his neck muscles hadn't developed enough to support them.
Dang, that does suck.
Right? Even now, a year later, he still sits with a sort of low, hunched posture.
It all makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm plenty blue-collared, yeah? I live in Echo.
She snickers again.
Boy, I have seen the size of your manor. No, you ain't. Never would expect a sort like you to be so pomp and yachty-blooded.
Amazing. Carl doesn't say anything. His emerald gaze shifts some into the seat in front of him. Karen takes a glug from her soda bottle with her free hand. I was about to say, like, you're driving? Like...
I mean, even so, she's driving a school bus. I don't think they're allowed to, like, not have two hands on the bus while it's in motion.
I guess.
I don't know.
The other steering us through an on-ramp onto the freeway. Doing that with one hand?
The spa day I would have had on just 1 hour of your daddy's income. I'd feel bad for whoever works the mani-pedi that shift.
She holds up her callus.
Yep.
Okay, right hand. Her claws rather stubbed, even for a fox's standard.
When I'm not driving you squirts, I do road crew for public works. Ain't your average mom, eh?
Wow, what even is
gesticulate.
That word?
It means.
What even does that word mean?
Gesticulates just means to move your hand.
Oh man, people are just making up words right now. with a swirling motion as she speaks, then lets her hand hang limply on the steering wheel.
Well, it might be that new average here soon enough. Feminism and all that. You two will learn all about it in college, I'm sure.
Amazing.
Where are you two going? What are you two going for major-wise?
Both of us make no quick move to respond.
Chase?
I shift some in my seat, clearing my throat so that my voice doesn't crack.
They're only 15, man.
Yeah, but we were just watching Gravity Falls.
So?
Dipper exists. Well, I wanted to go into videography and film, but my parents weren't too fond of that, so I guess journalism or communication.
You can do it.
Karen responds so abruptly that it makes me wonder if I said something wrong. Yeah, you said you were going to go into journalism.
Well, my nephew got one of them communication degrees from North Mountain State.
Oh, how'd that go?
Ended up being a $60,000 piece of paper that earned him Ooh, this hurts. $60,000 piece of paper that earns him $13.25 an hour fixing old farts like us computers out of some big box establishment. Nerd Squad, I think they're called. Hell if I know.
I'm still undecided, I guess. She waves dismissively. I look over at Carl, who looks like all he wants to do is go back to playing his game.
Well, he should.
Right?
What about you, big horns?
Carl blinks at some of the casual speciesism, then scratches the back of his neck.
You just planning on going straight to work for your daddy right after you graduate? Mom, actually. I don't know yet.
Carl looks pretty uneasy with the topic. He also seems pretty embarrassed at having said mommy out loud. Were I in better spirits, I'd probably laugh.
Everyone is good at something, Carl, and hopefully that's something you enjoy too.
No, he's gonna work for an ice cream company.
That's not so bad. You're always quiet with your nose in that little device of yours playing games. Maybe that's your future career. Something techie?
Admittedly, Leo is usually the one who is most handy with fixing our tech stuff. Carl isn't even the best at video games. That title goes to Jas. Carl is quiet for a bit, tugging on the strings of his hoodie.
I don't know.
Okay, so I think Carl is insane.
Okay.
Because he wears a hoodie.
In the desert?
Yeah.
I mean, is he still like a husky kid?
Yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, this game has a completely different artist.
Is it?
And the portraits are completely different. You'll get there.
Oh boy.
Look, just to prepare you.
Okay.
So there isn't shock. I guess
this background doesn't look bad at all. Like one of those
No, I like this
photos
background.
with a filter on it.
Well, this looks illustrated.
Yeah,
and it is clearly.
Yeah,
but,
clearly.
Looking out the window, I see the sun is setting as we get within 10 miles or so of Echo. We passed the old abandoned water park, which I heard closed shortly after the bypass was built, and all of its passerby traffic was lost. I think for a moment I see what looks like some figure in the drained pool, though when I try to squint, I don't see them anymore.
I was around when that place shut down.
I startle some, not realizing I was being watched.
Both times, actually. Once in the 60s, then again in the 80s when it reopened for a year. Was during the era of big government giving out big old water project constructions to the state for pennies. LA being the golden child.
Amazing.
Our county, as you two squirts are aware, did not become the next Orange County. Spoilers, as my son Keith used to say. Oh my god.
I don't know, was that a thing back in 2008?
What, spoilers?
Yeah, people saying spoilers.
Yeah,
was that still a thing then?
Yeah.
Man.
People say
so long ago.
say it more seriously now, hey, I don't want any spoilers. But people are like, spoilers.
Yeah. I don't know. She lets out an amused grunt before stirring up some.
A lot of folks lost their jobs. It was like the Great Depression in the middle of Mormon land. Echo has been going to tits for generations, though. And not the good sort of tits either. The real ugly ones. Like those that what's-her-name wields. Miss Tethers? Yeah, that's her. Yeah, her. Wow, lady!
I'm taken off guard at the comment. Miss Tethers is a particularly nasty history teacher at Payne High School who is known for not being too keen on Vulpins.
Wow, so she's a racist.
Good.
Well, I guess they call it speciesist.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's fine. It's fine. Are you speciesist?
I mean, not really.
Okay.
Well, I guess so. Other humans kind of suck.
There are no humans in this world.
Well, I'm not an animal, so I don't have to be speciesist against another type of animal.
Oh, okay. She does have a kind of lopsided pair.
Anyway, it is a ripe shame. By the time your kitties are having kitties themselves, this town will be a feast for termites. Well, maybe not the manor.
I see Karen's silver eyes focus on Carl.
The castle, we used to call it.
She says it a bit rougher, rather strangely, as if trying to remember something specific. Carl is staring out the window, avoiding Karen's stare. In the last 2 years we've had her as a bus driver, she has never spoken this much. Most of the time, she'd just be scolding Jeremy and Clint. Yeah, those two. They're a pair.
Alrighty.
I have this feeling she's been waiting for this opportunity to speak more personally with Carl for a while.
Why?
Because he's the rich kid and she wants to pounce on him, I guess.
Jeez.
Fuck you for ruining the town's financial. Making it worse, I guess. I don't know. As we get closer to Echo, we pass more abandoned places. Some are adorned with faded Art Deco stylings from the bygone modern era, which others are but rotting wood from the Mormon settlement days. In my current situation, all these familiar architectural fadings seem to invoke is a pulsating sense of dread for what is to come.
Carl, your family has been here for over a century. The way I see it, least they could do is reinvest in what they capitalized on in the first place.
Can you just change the radio station?
Carl's horns are pressed up against the window, his tone low, but his voice loud.
Oh yeah? What you want to set it to?
Anything but this.
Carl looks down at his handheld, fidgeting with stuff in the character select, but without the focus to keep actually playing.
Fine. What do you want to listen to, Chase? Oh shit.
What do you want? What do you want? This is an important decision.
Is it?
I guess you'll know when you click it.
God damn! Let's see. Is Chase basic? Is he gonna pop?
You know that Chase is a basic bitch.
Let's go. He's a basic bitch.
I don't know. Nothing gets me jacked like some generic pop music. 98.1 FM should have that.
What did you say? You want this but louder?
No.
Okay, so that's how she responds every time.
I love that. That's so good.
No. No.
Chase, kill me. End my life. Maybe I'll respawn somewhere more peaceful.
This is good for you, Carl. You're getting blue-collared, but, the hard way.
If I wanted to get blue-collared the hard way, I'd borrow Jasmine's jean shorts and stand amusingly around the motel.
Covering our ears and pressing our heads against the seats in front of us, we endure the hick musical cavalcade.
Cavalcade, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know. As Jasmine deemed the station. Okay.
Oh, that was fun.
Glancing sidelong out the bus window, I see that we're less than a mile from home. My paw pads start to feel clammy, and I clutch my knees tight. It's fortunate that Carl is currently occupied with burying his muzzle into the flax leather of the seat in front of him as I begin to tremble. Part of me actually wants him to see. I know it's just stalling for the inevitable, but I want to talk to someone, anyone about all this. This is a small town, and whoever I speak to will know that I like guys, and I'll have to deal with them knowing that fact every day till college. If I go to college. I used to hate being so damn generic. Fucking Flynn whines about how boring I am all the time. But
Always
now,
on it.
even back in high school. Nice to know he's still the same.
Yeah.
All I can see are folks are looking at me, seeing me as that otter who likes it up the rear and not as generic Chase.
Well, which is worse, Chase? Take your fucking pick.
I think he'd rather be the generic one.
I guess so. You don't want to be known for taking it in the booty?
Oh, of course. God, that's what my parents will see me as too.
Oh no.
This sort of deviant who lives in their home. I imagine them looking at photos of me around the house now and wishing they could have that back. I've never really asked my parents about relationship and sex stuff, and now I'm just shocking them with this whole new side of me. What an anniversary present I've given them. I look over and see Carl hunched over, his horns pushing into the seat and his gaze focused blankly upon the screen of his handheld. Upon closer inspection, the screen is completely black, the device no longer on. It seems that it's not in the best state either, that he's not in the best state either. I swallow, debating disturbing him. Carl might be my best friend, but we don't really have deep talks, especially since the lake incident. Maybe I should text someone. I slide my phone out of my pocket, staring at the black screen, much like Carl is. I realize when I get home, my parents are probably going to demand to see my phone and messages, so I'll have to remember to delete them. I try to imagine how each of my friends would react, but this is honestly foreign ground, only alluded to in traded insults and jokes. Especially Flynn. The lizard drops the word faggot in every other sentence as of late, though I think he just chooses it for maximum edginess.
Ooh, Max. It's true, though. He
It's
is
great.
so edgy.
He is. Jasmine, on the other hand, might be the most supportive with this sort of thing. However, she wasn't at school today. I eavesdropped Flynn mentioning something about issues with her parents and Jeremy to Leo, but couldn't make out the specifics. I don't even know how Leo would react to any of this. He makes jokes about poofy stuff all the time, but I can tell there is some unease there. That leaves TJ. Carl describes him as one of the moral gooey centers of a sandwich of a group of friends. That being said, I'm not sure how much I can actually tell him. He's just barely crossing the puberty threshold right now. Plus the Christianity factor. I uncover one of my ears long enough to pull out my phone. My heart skips a beat at the new voicemail notification. I quickly swipe over to my contacts. So this is important.
Is this important?
Okay, so slide the mouse away from that.
All right.
This determines what scenes you get in this route.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah. So this is who Chase decides to come out to.
Okay.
And you lock yourself out of talking to certain characters in this game, depending on what you choose.
Really?
Yeah.
Is there a option to that lets you get all of the scenes?
No.
Or are
You'd
you
have to play through multiple times to get it.
Huh.
To get everything. I've done a bunch of variations, except I've never chosen TJ.
So you picked everyone except for TJ is what you're telling me.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I'll tell. Oh, it doesn't scroll back. Okay.
Nope.
Oh,
yeah,
it does? Okay.
Or did I just scroll forward? Yeah. See? Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So if you can make a save if you want.
Okay.
And just go to page 8.
Okay. We'll go to page 8. I'll do it 75. I'll do it on here.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So if I remember correctly, if you choose Leo, it will bump you back to this page.
So you can't immediately come out to Leo.
No.
Okay. My initial
And that will actually change dialogue later on, depending on depending on how you do things.
Okay.
Like if you choose Leo and then you choose Flynn, you get some unique dialogue later.
Interesting. My initial instinct is because of the established relationship between Chase Chase and Carl to confide with Carl. But I don't know.
So I can actually tell you, I chose Carl first.
Okay.
Because, like I told you, this was the first Echo game I played.
Right.
So when this list came up, I was like, who the fuck are these characters?
Oh, little did you know.
So I chose Carl since he's the only named character.
Yeah, a whole other world opened up to you therein. I don't know. I do.
So if you choose Carl or Jasmine, you get you should get it if you choose Carl. You get to meet up with Jasmine.
Okay.
And if you don't choose either of them two, you don't get a scene with Jasmine.
Like at all?
No.
Huh.
But if you choose Flynn, you get a bunch of unique scenarios. Or
Interesting.
a lot of unique dialogue.
Okay.
And like I said, if you choose Leo, it's a dead end and will bring you back to this page. So there's no harm in clicking him.
Right. Well, let's see what it says.
Leo always has a weird sort of parental vibe going on with him. If someone in our group is feeling down or about to make a stupid decision, he usually goes out of his way to to set them straight. Jasmine says that this is largely due to the culture he comes from, the whole pack mentality thing. In truth, though, Leo is one of the first friends I've ever made back when I was like 6. I'm sort of hoping time cuts through the stigma bullshit and he'll have an idea of what to do. My thumb pad hovers over his portrait picture in the Messenger app. All right, here goes nothing. So can I talk to you for a second? I wonder if I shouldn't have done punctuation or capitalization. Maybe try to sound a little more casual.
Wow. That's like a very real way to think about it when you're fucking 15 years old.
There's his little...
Look at his little portrait. There it is.
Yeah.
Busy, but what?
Shit. He doesn't have practice today, so I thought he'd be free. Managing text messaging with Leo is hard enough as it is. With him distracted, it'll be even worse.
Also, these boxes are fucking enormous for like one line of text each.
Yeah. It is what it is. Looks like I can't do it through here. I think I should talk to you about it in person.
I see. Okay.
God, he always does this. 2 to 3 word responses.
Oh, he's one of them. Fuck those kind of people.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
This is a no criticizing Leo playthrough.
Okay.
I will
I'm
not hear
sorry.
a word.
I wasn't aware.
He's still probably hanging out with the other football folk outside school. Lucky bastard has his own truck now, so he mostly doesn't come home with us anymore. I find myself biting the inside of my cheek and quickly forcing myself to stop. Okay.
In quotes.
Ellipses. I stare at my phone screen for a while and eventually come to the conclusion that this is a waste of time. He doesn't seem to be in any hurry to respond now. I don't want to fuck this up any by badgering him. Badgers. Okay. Mm-hmm. Him with my whining revelation that I apparently love sucking cock. while he'd rather be doing anything else. Sure. Little do you know. As the familiar landmarks of railways and the red rock of Echo Canyon come into view out the window, my restless anxiety returns. Steadying myself, I swipe back to my contacts. Okay, so now it's
the
real decision.
The real pick.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, Carl makes sense narratively as it's happening.
Yeah.
But I'm very curious about
really?
Flynn.
Really? Okay.
But you say I can't, like, we won't...
You will not get the Jenna scene.
If we go with, like, Flynn?
Yeah.
Okay, but I would if I went with Carl or Jasmine.
I'm pretty sure you still get it if you go with Carl.
Just take that one out.
We got 3 options.
Never fucking happening. I don't know. Maybe Jasmine, because like he's, I don't know. I hate decisions. I really do.
Well, clearly so does Chase.
Yeah, relatable. We'll go with Carl, I think.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah, we'll go with Carl.
All right. I guess I have to wait for the right opportunity. Right now not being it. I'm about to slide my phone into my pocket when I feel the vibrating against my pads of my phone, of palm.
I got Gorgonzola in the mini market in Peyton.
Well, that's
so good. I love this little portrait.
Yeah, look at it. Yeah. I honestly have no idea what this message means.
I love this message.
Instinctively, I try to respond with something jabby. I'm sorry, Flynn. I'm sure they have a cream for that. I don't usually ever text Flynn, mainly because he doesn't text back. I don't know who would be like that. Nope, siree.
No siree.
So this is weird, I guess.
It's a type of salad, you musky fuck. Very good. Very good.
Flynn is great. Love this character. Oh.
Very good.
I thought it was a cheese. So did I.
Yeah, me
Whatever. Why are you texting me about salad? Looking out the bus window, I can see that we're approaching Carl's stop.
That was really funny.
As the bus turns onto the neighborhood road, I scoot over some, speaking up to get Carl's attention. So I'm gonna get off with you here, okay? Carl just continues staring at his blank screen for a second before blinking and looking back at me.
Are you sure? That might be pretty messy, and Karen watching might give me performance anxiety.
Carl stares deadpan at me. I rest my forehead into my paw and groan, though I end up snickering a bit. The bus comes to a stop.
Carl, this is where you get off. Chase wants to get off too.
The bus.
You have a note from your folks?
Shit. I look back at Carl and he gives me a look of understanding. He unslings his backpack from his shoulder, rifling through it. Carl looks up at me briefly, mouthing one word: stall.
Ooh, should I tell a joke or ask about Keith? Let's ask about Keith.
Okay, I do. I make a motion of holding something up behind the seat. Carl seems to have found a pen and notepad and is scribbling hastily. So, Karen, you mentioned your son Keith. The name sounds familiar. Karen gives me a rather dubious look, her silver gaze eyeing me.
Well, I doubt you have recently. Keith's been gone for a good year or so now.
Where did he go? Karen scratches the end of her muzzle, still eyeing me with the same searching expression.
He's dead. Dead to me, at least.
Damn.
Whoa!
Oh, sorry. Definitely not going to prod there. Carl currently looks as if he's trying to camouflage into his seat, slowly sliding down it.
Sight.
The old fox lets out a huff and is half exasperated, half amused. She waves dismissively.
You squirts gonna exit the bus or not? I got a big bowl of cinnamon chips and pineapple mango salsa waiting for me back home. Okay, that was a really weird sentence.
Yeah, sometimes it'd be that way.
I mean, the pineapple mango salsa is fine, but the cinnamon chips threw me a little bit.
Yeah, what even fucking is a cinnamon chip?
I really don't know.
I shift awkwardly in my seat. Out of the corner of my eye, something yellow flutters down by my feet. With haste, I bend down and snatch up the note, acting as nonchalantly as possible. Carl's penmanship is actually pretty good. I give him a discreet, grateful look as he gets up and moves to the exit. I'm coming. Carl stops, looking back at me with the same deadpan as before. To the front of the bus. I think I hear Carl mutter, "That's quite some rain," as he turns and continues offward.
Children.
Right. Carl hops off first, his hooves making an audible clop noise upon the aged asphalt. However, as I follow and move to hand my mote to Karen, her calloused hand grasps my wrist instead of the note.
I'm not that deaf and dumb, kitty. I've been doing this job a long while.
She relinquishes my wrist, the note fluttering to the ground. I can feel Carl stare nervously at us from the road.
I appreciate your curiosity. Keith and I live down in Colville, so doubt you'd know him. He made some seriously questionable decisions regarding his amorous pursuits, things I could not abide by.
She shifts some in her large driver's seat, the cadence of her voice changing some as she looks to the back of the bus.
I saw you back there, puffy-eyed and trembling.
Oh no.
You afraid of something at home? I know how the people can be out here.
I'm frozen, feeling the tips of my ears burn rosy as today's endless... that's a word.
It's again.
It's just a word. I've
never seen that word
of embarrassment. She pauses, bending down to pick up the dropped note before tossing it into the trash.
Especially with kids.
I'm not sure what she means by that, and definitely am I not sure what to say. I look back at Carl. He seems to be averting his gaze now, his paws deep in his hoodie pocket.
All right, I get it. Nobody trusts the hick bus driver to know what it's like to be a kid these days. Look, run along now. Sorry for, grabbing you. I'm used to them shits Jeremy and Clint doing that and getting me in trouble.
I try hard to enforce a smile. Oh, thanks. I appreciate your concern and all, and yeah, they are pretty shitty.
Hey, language, kiddo.
Sorry.
Also, tell Carl his flies down. He looks like a damn fool.
I see Carl stiffen, quickly reaching down and fumbling up his zipper, his neon orange Superwolf boxers visible through his fly. Karen just sighs. I feel my phone vibrate within my pocket.
See you squirts on Monday. Ooh.
Yeah, so that's
the first portrait. There's Carl.
Yeah.
His coat's a completely different color.
Yeah, well, I mean, he wouldn't have, like, the same coat.
Are you sure? I mean, he's gray in Echo, and he's brown here.
Yeah. But I mean, like...
Whatever. It is what it is.
That coat wouldn't fit him, 6 years later.
I don't mean his coat as in, his jacket. I meant his fur.
I thought you meant,
coat of fur.
I thought you meant his hoodie.
He's an animal.
Yeah, that means coat could mean now multiple meanings.
Shit, I guess. I'm sorry. I should have been more clear. I do apologize.
I step off the bus beside Carl, and the door is shut behind me. Karen looking back toward the freeway. It gets dark so much earlier now that summer is over. Echo isn't exactly a major township. The area deemed a census designated place, so we don't get streetlights.
Dang.
That must fucking suck.
For real. What a dump.
Carl watches the bus fade off into the distance before pulling out his phone.
Can't wait until I get my own car and license.
He starts texting.
Letting my parents know that you're coming over. We should troll around on that 3D Virtue Chat game again tonight. I spent some money and got myself this big luchador avatar, except I gave him big old breasts. He's called Mamaria.
Terrible. He looks up at me with a smirk before turning and walking. How much did you spend?
Sorry.
I follow, pulling out my phone.
Was texting my aunt, Miss sent to you. Flynn, you idiot.
Oh.
I don't know. I was just grabbing what I needed. $15 maybe.
That's a lot for one of those kind of games, especially just for clothing. Oh, Chase. Oh, you poor sweet summer child. So what's up, Flynn? I'm at the bus stop on Elizabeth Street. Yeah, sure.
Well, the luchador mask I wanted was one of the premium items, so it costed the most. Everything else was dirt cheap. Every single girl in that game uses the same hair, the long curly blonde one that costs $1. I think Jazz is in a shit place right now. She doesn't miss school ever, and Jeremy was saying weird shit about her at lunch. At least they say they're girls. I'm just trying to be unique. Otherwise, what's the point? It's a social role-playing game. Why risk getting ignored?
I'm trying to keep away from home right now. I might stop by and check up on her.
I actually have another account with a character that is more normal looking. I made him after you left last time. I was gonna go after work. Her tit-dirt parents have been cunty as of late. Jesus. I'm sorry for saying that word. You can if you want, but doubt your pansy self can handle Jer if he's there.
I don't care if him and Clint are there.
He's like this big primate-looking dude with burn scars everywhere and this kind of albino-y face. I had the idea for the character sort of based off a dream I once had. Look, don't know if I'm supposed to tell you this, but Leo is going to this party thing tonight. You should go too. Or not. I don't care.
A party? Not an Echo, right? What is it for? The election?
Anyway, I went to a lot of in-game hotspots at first. A lot of the stuff you and I saw when we were messing around. It's sort of like you said. The most of the people there are just middle-aged housewives who can barely type a sentence. It's for Day of the Dead. That's today. Bunch of jocks and townie types are going to be there. Route 65 at Parsons Manufacturing.
Oh, roll credits.
Oh, real quick, yeah. But then I sort of went off-grid, I guess you'd call it. Like the spots that aren't advertised in the destination finder. I started finding a lot of weird shit.
Leo didn't mention it when I saw him. You going?
Like, weirder than the shit we were making, ironically, yeah? There were these places which looked more like real-life houses, not the usual fantasy, exotic stuff. Just people living in virtual families in these boring-ass looking homes. Complete with framed photos and screenshots of their characters. I got the impression that a lot of them were, like, foreign. I just said I'll be working, and when I get off, I'm heading to Jasmine's. Fucking deduce, school paper boy. I walked into this one flat, and these two horse ladies were in it. They had decorations with Middle Eastern words everywhere, but they seemed normal enough.
I was just curious. Fuck you.
They had a TV item which just displayed a slideshow of Photoshop photos of them with a baby. When I started exploring the house, I ended up walking into the nursery room and they got really pissy. I thought about trolling, and I'd write and writing, "I eat the baby," and hopping up and down on the crib, but I don't know. It just felt like this weird mix of awkward and sad. Chase? Are you listening?
Carl is standing in front of me with a concerned expression on his face. It takes me a moment to respond. Yeah, just texting Flynn.
He's actually responding to you?
Yeah, I know. I look up the street. Carl's house sitting in its amber, glowing glory atop the hill slope. Do you like his house?
I do like his house.
It's dumb. Apparently there's a party happening tonight. Carl raises an inquisitive brow.
Like, here or in general?
I'm not sure what you mean by in general, but yeah, around here. It's for a Day of the Dead. Leo and I think maybe Flynn got invited.
What? They didn't mention it to me at all, and I asked them to their faces if they had any plans.
I shrug. Flynn made it sound like it was mainly just Peyton people coming out there.
Yeah, but it is weird they wouldn't mention that. That sounds about like the most exciting thing that will happen around here for months.
Carl looks off to the side, shifting his posture some.
I'd rather just stay home and play Virtue with you anyway. But seriously, what the fuck?
The idea that two of our closest friends were keeping this a secret did make me feel pretty shitty. On top of all the other sensations of general shittiness I feel right now. It's at the Parsons Manufacturing Building, off Route 65.
That's sort of in the ass end of nowhere for a party. Maybe it is like a rave or something.
I shrug again. I think we should go. Carl blinks, his expression akin to as if I had just asked to rub his horns.
Dude.
He lets out a little huff, rubbing the back of his head.
First of all, we weren't invited. Second of all, it's the middle of nowhere. Third, isn't Day of the Dead for like...
He pulls his paw away from his beanie long enough to swirl it around in gesticulation as he tries to phrase this right.
Latin folk?
Terrible.
My blood's as apple pie as it gets, dude.
All right. First, Leo is there, so I don't see him not getting us in. Though it was weird he didn't invite us in the first place. Second, we live in the middle of nowhere. Anything local happening is technically in the middle of nowhere. Which still doesn't make it any more safe. Third, well, I don't know. I assume nothing too culturally insensitive is taking place in an abandoned factory. Which won't save us from sticking out like a sore thumb. Carl exhales, though through flared nostrils, lowering. Words are hard.
True.
His head up as if being throttled by by how much of a bad idea this is.
Dude.
He looks back down at me, a taut frown upon his muzzle.
I don't know. I guess I'm kind of curious. Worst case, we stop in, smack Leo, and then make like Flynn's fetish and scat. Oh my goodness! Yo!
Best case, we stop in, smack Leo, and have some food.
I'd rip your tail off for a cheese quesadilla right now.
Don't do that. My phone buzzes in my grip.
You're welcome. I gotta go. Try not to suck too much cock while on your way there.
So it begins.
That's good advice from Flynn. I don't know if you're gonna hold out the whole way through.
Glancing over with a start, I realize that Carl is leaning over my shoulder, squinting at my phone. Christ! I exhale, turning my phone screen off. Yeah, I'll try my best. Carl lets out a brief, breathy bit of laughter before pulling out his phone. Lying to your parents time?
Yep. Your fault too. What should I say?
What are you gonna choose?
Tell the truth. Yeah.
What are you gonna tell Carl to do?
Tell Carl to tell his parents. Well, if I tell the truth, he's going to be like, you're stupid, and then probably make up something himself. Mm-hmm. Which is fine by me. Tell the truth. You know what? I'll be 16 in like a year, and it is Friday. My folks keep saying I need to be social, so...
Before we go, though, I wanted to check up on Jas. I see Carl give me a bit of an inquisitive look, as if he isn't sure whether to protest this decision or not. It's on the way, sort of, and she wasn't at school today. Flynn told me that her parents have been worse as of late.
Didn't know they could get much worse, dude. I know I may as well be the prep here, but they're like the definition of trailer trash.
He pauses, then quickly adds.
Not Jas, though.
I nod to the affirmation, then begin heading offward.
What a weird sentence.
Or maybe they accidentally put in an extra begin.
Maybe.
But that sounds like that, probably.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
I can see Carl looking a bit longingly towards the the bedroom window, the aqua glow of his computer monitor visible from within.
Dang, you can see his computer from his window? That's rough.
Yeah. I have to admit that I also am kind of longing for some time on my laptop. Though, as I remember, my situation from this morning, my heart sinks.
Yikes.
My laptop's probably been taken away from me, and my parents probably are going through all my files and internet history. We'll just delete that shit.
Right?
My fist clenches in inward cringe. I just need to try and not think about it. Crossing over into Jasmine's neighborhood, the surface of the road shifts from asphalt to dirt. What's Echo's pavement is laden with alligator crap. Mm-hmm. Why is it phrased that? Is that a saying?
Alligator cracks? I think so.
Okay, sure. And crumbling edges. The dirt road looks even worse. Each step we take kicks up a plum of dust, the sediment covering the road's top loose and sand-like. The clapping of Carl's hooves have been muffled, though, making everything seem more tranquil. Which is odd, because hanging out with Carl is not usually something I'd consider a tranquil experience. Maybe the best term for it is eerie. I can see the fading masonry of the abandoned school building up ahead at the bend, the grass around it pale and dormant in the November chill. There aren't too many other buildings around besides it, though a few junked cars cinder blocks and steel barrels can be seen beside the road. Flynn calls this part of Echo Tetanus Alley.
Dude, I usually don't even brave coming around here in the daytime. This is kind of...
He gestures about with a limp flail instead of finishing his sentence. This is clearly out of his comfort zone, though I honestly think anything outside of Carl's bedroom can be considered as such. You've never walked to Jasmine's house before, right? At night.
Never without, like, Leo or something.
I nod. I get it.
If someone comes running at me with a syringe, I'm using you as a meat shield.
Fair. You smoke meth. You don't usually inject.
If somebody comes running at me with a meth pipe, I'm using you as a meat shield.
I let out a half-amused grunt, keeping wary of my surroundings. There is no wind, so the
Mesquite.
Mesquite?
Yeah.
Not mystique?
Nope. Mesquite.
Mesquite. Okay. And sagebrushes are statically still. You're gonna talk about ticks?
Yeah.
I'm so whenever like sagebrush gets mentioned, I'm so used to like Chase then immediately complaining about ticks.
Does that happen a lot in this one?
No, it happens a lot just in Echo. Just like Chase constantly like, oh, I have to walk by sagebrush. I'm gonna have to comb for ticks later.
The writer must have had a really bad experience with sagebrush and ticks.
Probably. We walk quietly for a bit, but as we reach the schoolhouse, Carl breaches the silence.
People around here hate me, dude.
Everyone hates you. I turn to look at him, the ram's face devoid of expression and his gaze distant. Well, Jeremy and Clint are just vocal about it. The rest just hate everyone, I think.
No, like, you heard what Karen was saying, right? How she sounded like there was some collective simmering spite under the surface?
Well, that's just...
Don't say that's just Karen, because I hear it in other places too, dude.
You're a spoiled fat rich kid. That's an easy target.
My parents sell fucking ice cream. How can you hate the ice cream family?
The ram waves his arms about before letting them flop a ragdoll like at his side. I pause, hesitating on my response for a moment. Then it comes to me. Maybe they're just intolerant. I wait a beat.
Lactose.
Yeah. Oh, fucking.
The ice cream allergic.
Fuck Chase. He's a terrible character. I hate this piece of shit. Carl rolls his head back and lets out a surprising loud groan. I don't know. Blinking, I hold up a finger to my muzzle. Shh, you're being noisy. I see the ram visibly recoil, increasingly self-aware. He sinks back into himself, dipping his paw back into his pocket. Carl is really different when he talks to me in comparison to when he's at school around others. He's all quiet and such at lunch or in between classes, but if it's just us hanging out, he can be kind of a spaz. It's because of your ancestors, right? The town founder and whatnot, who probably kidnapped, murdered children, maybe raped them. I don't know. Don't play Carl's route.
Oh. Yeah. That sounds awful.
And his worst crime was being gay.
Oh no. That's not okay.
He answers abruptly, looking sidelong. I think my scolding may have upset him. You know, it's a wonder that is such a thing around here.
Sodomy and mass murder has a way of sticking around.
Which one's worse, right?
Goodness.
I say that a bit more of a forced, playful tone than I intended. Kara looks over at me, then shrugs.
Depends on who you ask.
I look back at the abandoned school. Something about it gave me a weird feeling. Yeah, I hate that school. It's weird. Carl and I have been inside, but Carl and I haven't been inside since 4th grade, now that I think about it. We arrived outside of Jasmine's house. The square stucco. Structure dwarfed by the 3-story school next door.
Jeez.
I can hear some scraping noises inside, right, coming from inside, like wooden dining chairs pushed across the tile floor. As I walk toward the door, I see Carl stop out of the corner of my eye. Looking back, he seems frozen in place. His green eyes flicker from the entranceway to me. You know
they don't like me, dude. Can you handle this?
I sigh, deciding it's not worth arguing over. He's kind of right, I guess. You going home?
No, I'm just gonna chill out here.
Okay. He leans back a bit, teetering on the edge of the road and the little bit of gravel in front of the house. You look real inconspicuous, man.
Thanks.
Do you know what inconspicuous means? I don't.
Well endowed.
Jesus! I throw up my hands and make my way to the door, knocking 3 times. Carl, meanwhile, ambles
Yep.
off the direction of the old school out of sight. The skidding inside stops. Within a couple seconds, the door flings open outward, so I'm nearly knocked on my ass. I'm instantly greeted by the smell of stale beer and the sound of football with the volume up too high. The sight of Aaron.
Yep.
Why is that word spelled that way?
Because it is. Because
Well,
it's English.
It's wrong.
Oh,
Plastic
okay.
bags and food containers scatter about tangerine.
Yep.
Shag carpet just completes the mood, really. A stout, fat fennec fox stands before me, his eyes wide. He stares, though not meeting my gaze. It's as if he's looking right through me. Overall, Jasmine's dad looks like hell.
Do we get to see him?
No.
Damn.
He blinks some and refocuses somewhat, narrowing his eyes at me and dusting off his shirt. Man, it's just, like, that's, why is it both that there?
What?
Like, well, it has, like, Chase's narration,
Yeah.
and then his and the
Yeah.
dad's dialogue.
I guess
That's
they
weird.
don't care to give him like an actual thing.
Okay, yeah, he rumbles. Hey, yeah, is Jas home? Inside, I see a head peek from around the corner. The fur too splotchy to be Jasmine's. Jeremy.
Fuck off, Chase.
His voice is laden with a sort of deprived contempt. Jasmine's dad doesn't react. It is bizarre how Jasmine never seems to get... Jeremy tends to be disciplined.
So is Jeremy her brother?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's in a room, got chores she ain't done yet, so she can't go out and, play.
He steps out of the way and moves back to the kitchen, where a plate of convenience store nachos and cheese sits.
Yum.
He reaches down to grab a chip, but ends up just sticking his paw into the hot melted cheese. The old fox looks more confused than anything. His brows furrowed. 3 seconds pass before he actually grabs a chip.
Bruh.
Meanwhile, Jeremy is still hard-eyeing me over the couch. I realize now that he's only in his underwear. Tighty whities, too. With that, I walk fast my way, I don't even know, to the end of the hall, stepping over some nasty-looking stains.
Yikes.
I'm guessing Jasmine's mom is in the bathroom, so I give that a little breath as well. As I'm about to turn and knock on Jas's door, I realize that it's completely open, the door taken off the hinges and resting against the wall nearby.
Dang.
Awkwardly, I knock on the wooden frame and clear my throat. Jas? Chase? She states my name with a matter-of-fact air to her tone, and I take that as an all good to enter and step inside. Her room is rather cramped. It adorned with an old metal frame, single bed, a cedar desk, and the house's hot water heater. A stack of books and manga completely fill the space under her bed. It serves as some sort of makeshift book nook. Man, of course she fucking reads
Of
manga.
course she reads manga. What a weeb.
Of course, if anyone in this cast
Yeah.
was gonna be a manga reader. Whatever. Her desk is surprisingly neat, and I recognize a biology textbook from school open on top. Everything seems fairly tidy, neat, and organized, but it still seems somewhat cozy. It is girly as hell, truly, but it feels like a sanctuary in contrast to the rest of the house, even with the constant rumble of the water heater. Jasmine is turned away from me, sorting something in her backpack. I see her rub her face. Your door moved. Not on its own. What do you need? Yeah, so they used her saying...
They used the exact same portrait.
I don't even know. It is what it is. After a sufficient amount of face rubbing, she turns to my face, a curious yet expectant look in her eyes. She almost looks as if she's sizing me up, but I think that's just the way her face is. You weren't at school today, and I just wanted to check up on you, and whatnot. She turns, moving to close her biology book on the desk and sliding it into her backpack. Well, that's nice of you. Her tone is abrupt, and it leaves me feeling sort of awkward and foolish. I guess. Hey, I can borrow your cell phone for a second. Oh, can I borrow your cell phone for a second? I hesitate. For what? Don't worry, I'm not going to go through your text messages or browser history. Just need to message someone. I slowly pull out my phone from my pocket, though I'm definitely a little wary of handing it over. That doesn't stop Jasmine from just turning hastily and plucking it from my fingertips. Sly fox. Fucking species is to chase, like fucking... Be progressive. It's 2008. She swipes through, and I hear the telltale click clacking of the touch keys.
See, Zootopia hadn't come out yet, so we couldn't be progressive about foxes being more than just trickery and what have you.
You're right. They can be women too now.
Hey. We had the quintessential female fox character in like 2003 or whatever when Sly Cooper came out. All right.
Fine. Okay. Would you call that quintessential or just like
the only one?
Yeah.
That's well, I don't know. Maid Marian was around.
No one's there for Maid Marian.
People like Maid Marian.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
Everyone who's here for that is there for Robin. Including the Zootopia director Byron Howard. Who are you texting? You don't worry about that, and I won't worry about this recently saved image button on here. Damn!
Wow!
Jazz. She narrows her gaze at something, the white light from the device illuminating her features. You can have a seat if you'd like. I want to know what's going on. Like, in general, or... Regarding you not being at school today, and your door being absent. Well, it's not absent, it's there. It isn't absent, Chase. It's just up against the wall. I'm starting to actually get angry at this point. If you don't want to talk about it, then just say you don't want to talk about it. Quit trying to make me look stupid for caring. You are stupid for caring.
Wow.
Her blue eyes flick from the screen to me for a brief moment, then back down again. There's nothing to talk about. Nothing out of the ordinary around here. Just an average day in Cloud 9. I see her mash her thumb in repeated succession against what looks like to be the delete button, and then she begins to type again. How are you doing, though? I feel my raised jowls go loose at the question. She looks up from my phone, resting it face down on her thigh as she awaits my answer. Her shift to concern is a little jarring, though this is what I came for, really, isn't it? As much as I hate to admit it, her lack of domestic bliss that is such a common thing at this point. It's become a bit of a tripe topic. It's horrible here, but everybody knows that, especially Jas. I guess she doesn't need anyone reminding her of it. I'm fine. I stare at... Yeah, right? She stares at me for a good 4 seconds before speaking. I can tell you're not. I know you're having your psychotherapist... Is that what that word is?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. To help you deal with your hallucinations and sleep paralysis. But you should feel free to talk to her about other problems in life. Especially if you are unwilling to speak to your friends about it.
Dang, Jasmine.
Right? I found that building up lots of negative emotion like this tends to attract more bad things. You know what I mean. I stiffen with a startle as I hear knocking on the window. Glancing over, I see two large pairs. Wait, 2 large pairs?
Yeah, it's probably should just be like, 2 large horns.
Yeah, or a large
pair.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It is what it is, silhouetted against the lower edge of the window pane. Jess looks to have been clutching her legs tightly. Though at seeing what I do, she relaxes as well. Carl wanted to wait outside. I understand. Yeah. I look at the carpet between my feet, then slowly raise to a stand. Leo's apparently at some party on Route 65. He didn't tell me about it. He didn't tell anyone, apparently.
Yeah?
Yeah, apparently he kept it a secret from us. We're gonna check it out. Would you like to come? I see her knead her knuckles against the comforter, her tongue pressed against her 2 front teeth. I wouldn't be able to get out for long chase. For now, it's better if I stay. She reaches down, typing a few more things into my phone before handing it back to me. I see the flash of messenger history deleted upon my screen for a split second before it goes back to the usual background. Looking down at her, I raise my eyebrow slightly. Thanks. I hope you get your door back. I will. One way or another. She nods politely, and I make my exit. As I'm walking through the hall, I spy Jeremy's father still hunched over his nachos. Jeremy, meanwhile, is still on the couch, which I'm realizing is also his bed.
Dang.
He scowls at me as he catches me looking, the fox making a crude gesture before rolling over toward the television. I think he muttered another "fuck off," but I'm not really listening. Do you like her home life?
It's a rough life, huh?
That's the only time you ever get to see it.
You get any insight?
Yeah.
Even in
you get a couple lines of dialogue with her going I don't like the old days.
Right.
And maybe Chase going oh, I remember that was rough.
Yeah, and I know
it.
Flynn mentioned that she just dipped without saying anything.
Yeah.
So.
I'm honestly surprised Carl accepted going along to this party. His social anxiety is pretty bad at school, and still as an adult. Maybe it's just that kind of night. I walk alongside him, still milling over what Jasmine had said. Oh, and if you had chose Jasmine, Chase would have came out to her.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Can't wait till I get my license and car. That's Carl. I don't know.
Can't wait till I get my license and car. I mentioned that already, yeah?
Yes.
Route 65 is 3 miles away.
I don't know. Is that far? I don't know.
3 miles is
I haven't
bad.
walked in 80 years. You can get your fetlock tone and ready for the dance floor, though. I see Carl's posture stiffen more and more at the prospect, his bright green eyes looking to the asphalt beneath us.
You don't actually think there's gonna be dancing, is there? Like the movies and shit?
Bitch, there might be. I shrug. Something I'd been doing a lot this night. Growing up in a town with less than 60 people has made what seems like a conversational. Why can't it just be that? Why can't I be right guessing it was conventional teenage experience on TV seem utterly foreign. The closest our group of friends had to such were birthday parties with just us six or folks and our folks. Leo's dad let us drink a can of beer once. Shit was lit.
It was lit.
I always imagine high school parties were just a bunch of kids sitting on couches and smoking weed. But this is Echo, so...
Meth?
Do you think Leo would go to a party where everyone smokes meth?
Dang. That feels
Maybe?
real about our town. Our hometown.
You know, anytime like people would talk about parties, like some people would be like, yeah, it was fun. And then there's when people would like talk about what they did there. And I'm like, I'm so glad I don't have a social life.
This is fun? I didn't think Leo would go to a party and not tell us.
I pause, dipping my paws into my pockets. I wonder if Leo thinks we're not cool. Carl actually turns and looks at me, then quietly averts his gaze to the ground.
Dude. I think that after all the shit we've been through, that wouldn't matter.
Like what shit? You got like, you just had Fun Time Lake Adventures.
Fun Time Lake Adventures. Oh my goodness.
Where nothing bad happened.
Nothing bad ever happens at the lake.
No. Especially in this franchise. The serious statement from him takes me off guard, and I feel slightly guilty for broaching that topic. I nod solemnly. Another long pause drifting between us. Yeah. Carl slows to a stop, resting his paws upon his knees, his large back form hunched over. He groans once, his breath a bit ragged. I stop as well, moving on over to the ram side. You all right, dude?
Yeah. We've been walking forever.
God, you've been walking for like 5 minutes.
Could use like a bench or something. I'm
sure there'll be chairs at the party.
Yeah. Sticky sex ones, probably.
I snicker.
A sex bench.
Yeah. I'm sure you'll get used to the scene in no time.
We're gonna show up there and it'll just be Leo alone in a gimp mask with a warehouse full of rubber ducks.
Sounds like a dream I had once. I let out a sort of raspy laugh, pushing himself back upright again. I give his side a little rough nudge, and we begin walking once again. The road here is much better maintained than most of Echo on account of it being a state route. Still, it doesn't get much usage. I think Flynn told me once that it was part of the early highway system that was repurposed in the 90s. The interstate freeway, about 30 miles to our east, gets most of the traffic this road used to. If you wanted to get to any major city, you take the interstate, there being little reason besides sightseeing to take the slower highway. I never really understood the appeal of people that do stuff like set their GPS to avoid freeways for the scenic stuff. Well, I use avoid freeways because I'm a coward.
I use avoid freeways because traffic is terrible. Oh. Okay,
yeah.
You can right-click and go back one as well.
What? She really?
Yeah, look at that.
Wow. Amazing. Everything on these long highway stretches has been mostly shuttered, without a gas station for 100 miles. That fucking sucks.
That does suck.
It's just decay, entropy, and I don't get why anyone would want to be reminded of it for fun. It's fine. I mean, I live in the middle of it, so maybe that's why it doesn't seem so exotic, enticing, or southwestern gothic.
Yeehaw.
Great.
Just a goth cowboy.
Oh my god, let's get
makes me-
there. Failing local economics and being trapped in the midst of them just has a way of sucking the fun out of things. Walking along now, the remnants of the bygone highway era still dot the landscape. To our right, there's an abandoned trailer park. Most of it is empty besides the crumbling admin building and one or two remaining trailers.
Hang on. I need to make a call real quick.
Oh, okay. Gonna make me do work and edit this out? Terrible.
Yeah. You already have a whole thing.
Phone. 16% battery life. Man. I never charge my phone. Man, I would like just immediately die in a horror situation.
Yeah, I have a habit of not turning the sound back.
Cat, Ash, get over here. Ash, you. No. This fucking cat just doesn't listen to me. Almost like he doesn't like me. Because I run over and shove him to the ground.
My parents wanted to have
I don't know.
brunch in the morning. I didn't know if you were coming back, and they wanted to have brunch in Richmond tomorrow. Yeah. So I can still bring you clothes if you want to, though. It'll just be a little bit late. Josh ended up coming over, so he's over at the house. Yeah, sure thing. It's just okay. It's just the
Mm-hmm.
We out here.
Making me do work, editing.
Oh, that's not even that bad. Calm down.
Either that or that's just going to be 3 minutes.
3 minutes of dead air. Oh boy. Love to see it.
It's what the people want. It makes it feel authentic.
I guess you're not wrong.
Isn't that what people want from YouTube videos?
Let us know.
Authenticity.
Let us know if that's what you want. To Issa, who is watching this.
I don't know. Last episode got like 4 views. I don't know.
Really?
I don't know who's watching.
4? Who is watching?
I know.
Who's curious about this furry game?
I don't know. Megan subscribed to me
Fair.
like a bit ago, and I'm like, is she watching? I don't know if that's a good thing.
I'm not sure. I'm very unsure.
I feel sorry for her. She is. Like,
Oh no.
watching the content that I make. Oh, fuck.
Good 10 out of 10.
To our right, there's an abandoned trailer park. Most of which are empty and crumbling. Oh, I already read this. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Moving on.
They're all graffitied to hell, though. It's funny how spray paint initial. It's reading hard.
Reading very hard.
Crop up on deserted structures seemingly at the same rate as dust takes over. Sydney and Flynn convinced me to tag an outhouse once when I was like 10.
Nice.
Good. Sydney sounds like an amazing influence. I'd be best friends with him. The end result didn't look anywhere near as good as the bold yet indecipherable text that dawns the outer wall of the chipped 80s era RV beside me. I ended up feeling so guilty. I told my mom.
Oh my gosh, what a wimp.
What do you think Chase is? Of course he's a wimp. We went back out to the outhouse after dark with soap and scrubbing stuff and managed to get it all.
It's an outhouse. Who cares? Just tag it and be done.
Whatever, he felt bad. The next day, Flynn and Cindy were confused as hell to where my tag went. That's a good prank.
That's a really good prank. What do you mean?
I never did that. I told them I didn't know what they were talking about. My mom thought that was funny. Well, Chase's mom sounds like an alright person.
She does sound pretty alright.
At the thought of... Well, besides the whole, like, locking herself in her room after
watching her. I mean, I imagine it's probably pretty traumatic seeing your son, like, dick in hand. You know? I imagine that's not what most mothers want to see.
I roused my brooding glancing alongside to Carl. He had a dull, vacant look on his face, his mind clearly elsewhere. But Ash wants the apple juice.
He doesn't get the apple juice.
Get the apple juice.
Animal.
What do you think he is?
He's a whore. That's what he is.
Reasonable. I can feel a cold sweat take me and a weird lurching in my stomach.
When are you going to tell Carl?
Christ, can I actually do this?
Just do it.
To come out to him in the middle of the night, in the middle of nowhere? I'm going to be stuck in this town for at least 3 more years. Then I'm free, hopefully. If this goes badly, more badly than it already has, I just have to stick it out until college. Hey, Carl. The words leave my throat with a forced-sounding utterage, surprising myself. The ram slowly blinks back into reality, then responds.
Yeah?
So, something kind of messed up happened this morning. I killed somebody.
I committed a murder.
I see the flickering of his eyes shift towards my direction.
This, have to do with what Karen was going off about? I wasn't gonna ask her nothing.
So he did notice, after all. Sort of, yeah. I see Carl shift awkwardly. He's never the person I go with serious stuff. I can tell he's wondering why I'm breaking our mutually unspoken, let's keep it light pact. That being said, I definitely have his full attention.
Oh, okay. What's up?
I see the outline of the Pearsons building now, but we're still a pretty damn long ways away. So I like guys. I can't really read his expression change in the dark, but it definitely did.
Really?
Yeah, have since I went through puberty.
Are you like, sure? You're pretty down to earth. I mean, sort of an asshole at times, but yeah, plain.
I rub my temple, letting out a little grunt. You're making me feel better already.
Hopefully not too good, though I doubt you're into boobs anyway.
He grabs his pectorals, giving them a squeeze.
Tch,
Ah, well, you got a purdy mouth. I cringe instantly at myself.
gosh.
Why the fuck would I say that? Fortunately, I see the glint in Carl's teeth and know that he is grinning.
So Flynn's advice was actually relevant after all.
Always is.
Does he like, know?
No, you're the first person I've told.
Whoa, dude. That's pretty heavy.
I try to think of something to say, trying to be nonchalant as possible. I guess I'm trying to show Carl that I'm not really any different. Well, you're pretty heavy, so I thought you could handle it.
Damn.
He looks down at his gut, then back up. Carl isn't really grossly overweight. His whole body is pretty proportionally large. Well, maybe not in height yet, but there's still a few years. Who knows? Maybe he'll turn out huge like Leo.
What does your mom and pop think about it?
They didn't know until this morning. They caught me watching gay porn.
Fuck, dude. Like, actually.
I hear him exhale, though through his large nostrils.
I make my parents knock. There's like a mutual agreement that isn't good for either of us if they walk in on a jerk-off session. Though they're never usually home anyway.
Yeah, that's nice. I see the ram's form rise, then slump again, a shrug. I don't think my parents took it well, so this whole outing is keeping my mind off things.
I'm sorry, dude. Really, yeah? Ugh. I kind of cringe secondhand thinking about it, actually.
A single car passes us by, the first one we've seen all night. We stop talking as it passes. I can see the eyes of the driver upon us. We're definitely an odd sight, an otter and a ram in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of night.
So yeah, does this mean I get to say the F word whenever I want on account of my best friend being gay and stuff?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes. I mean, as long as you don't turn into Flynn with it, then yeah, sure.
That's like the best news I've heard all day. I can finally talk smack back properly to the 12-year-olds online.
I snicker a little, and a silence falls between us. I'm not sure exactly what to say after that. Carl seems a little less jokey, too. His horns tilted down, so I know that he's staring at the road as he walks. It's getting noticeably chillier outside. Whatever, you have fur. It doesn't, like...
It can still be cooled.
But they
He's
have
an
clothes.
otter. He doesn't have a thick coat.
He's a bitch. That's what he is.
Well, that too.
The desert soil doesn't do a good job of retaining heat already, but it is much worse in the late fall and winter months. I cross my arms tight across my chest, envying though with thicker fur and pants instead of
Well,
shorts.
yeah, see, that's also his fault. He wore shorts.
Yeah, see? Fucking idiot. Peering ahead, I can see that our destination is still like a mile away. To my surprise, Carl breaks the silence, clearing his throat.
You know,
I watch him from the side, not about to interrupt, even if he can't make the right words form right now, or right away.
sometimes when I'm like feeling bad, I sort of have this pretend
I see him look over at me. Then he smiles, shaking his head repeatedly.
Nah.
What? Go on.
I can't say this. Slam as shit.
Well, you're lame, so whatever.
Wow.
I just told you I'm gay and got caught watching gay porn. What's lamer than that? What Carl will say.
That's not even lame. That's just shit luck and way too good headphones.
They were the in-ear bud kind.
Dangerous choice there, dude.
Come on.
Yeah.
He grunts
Indignantly. Sometimes
He takes in a deep breath, clutching his paws together inside the front pocket of his hoodie.
fuck it. I have an imaginary GF in my head and she chills me out.
Wow.
Wow.
What a loser.
He caught it and then said it. Wow. Don't wow me. I have a good imagination or something, and it works out.
Is she hot?
Yeah, completely. Short, spiked blonde head fur, dark gray eyes, real athletic body, double D breasts, 2 foot long dick. She's amazing.
What was that last one?
She's amazing. You have one?
I glance over and I see Carl looking at me expectantly. Are we just putting all of our embarrassing shames out in the open here tonight?
I did.
I think for now that let's just do what normal grown-ups do and suppress the rest.
Shit.
I see Carl sort of smiling awkwardly, then rather quickly look away.
If you say so.
I'm honestly astonished how quickly the tables have turned in this confiding. Even in the dark, I can tell he's trying to act all nonchalant and uncaring, but he visibly tenses as hell. That imaginary girlfriend thing must mean a lot to him. He's playing it off with humor, but I've known him long enough to see through that. Hey. I see him flinch, looking over his shoulder towards me.
Sup?
You're not weird. You're really weird. Like, fucking hell, guy. Like... He doesn't respond beyond faking an amused grunt. I take deep preparing the further delving into the deep real talk that this conversation was about to become. I was feeling lonely 2 months ago and posted a personal mail for a mail ad on the Peyton List website.
You're a child. Well, you're a teenager.
He's
You're
15.
a child.
He's 15. 18-year-old Otter here looking for a friend
/ mentor.
or something was in the tagline. I included a cropped and photoshopped picture of myself at the Peyton Rec Center pool, my face blurred. It was that time we went after we saw the Super Wolf movie in the 3D theater place with you, Jas and Leo. Since I went through puberty a couple years ago, I was pretty sure I could pass for 18 if my face was hidden. I was wrong.
Oh my god.
My post was taken down, and I got a few emails from admins asking all sorts of questions, including some kind of vague, threatening stuff. It just really hasn't been my best past few months. I see Carl bounce his knuckles together, taking all that information in. That's weird. Trying to find some mysterious fantasy stranger on the internet who will make everything right when I'm not even remotely old enough. Because I'm not too much of a pussy to risk being seen as anything other than what I've always been seen as. I let out a puff of air, fidgeting some and feeling my heart thud heavy within my chest.
That's scary as hell, dude.
Another long silence.
Her name is Danica. She's an otter, has glasses and kind of crooked teeth, so she doesn't open her mouth when she smiles. She's really into video games, illustration, and, like, clothes, I guess. When I'm doing my drawing, she inspires me, sort of. Danica is like, what's the word for it? My muse? I'm nowhere even good enough to justify having one. But she makes me want to do and make stuff, as opposed to, nothing.
Well, sorry if I'm offending her if she's, well, present, but is it probably healthier if you had a real girlfriend? But, yeah, I understand. The ram smiles sheepishly. A light from the illuminated Pearson's building close enough now that I can see he's biting his cheek.
I guess. Same goes for you.
Hey, at least Chase was trying to get someone.
With a real boyfriend, I mean.
He lets out a short huff of air.
Fuck, that's weird not to say as a joke. But, seriously, thanks, dude.
No problem. Oh, gonna go to a party.
We're at a party now.
Amazing. Eventually, we reach the Pearson's building, an establishment that closed many a lifetimes ago from what looks of it. About 10 or so cars and motorcycles are parked outside the building, and neon blue light emanates from the inside. The thump of bass is palpable, even out here on the road. I look over to Carl. All his lackadaisy demeanor on the way here has been replaced by tight-lipped tension. To be honest, I'm feeling pretty similar.
I don't see anyone outside here. Everyone must be inside. We just got to get in and look for Leo's big red ass. Or, his face. Any idea what we should say when we see him?
Hi, Leo is a good start.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool. Neither of us move. Ellipses.
God, dude. What if it's a rave?
Do people actually still have raves?
I don't know, but I'm getting really bad vampire cult vibes from all this. Let's check around the back first, alright? It's a ghost. Ghosto. Go, ghosto. What the fuck?
Carl practically leaps, swatting at the air around him as he gets some distance. Language! Oh geez, sorry Carl. I didn't know I'd scare you that badly.
Is it fucking TJ?
Carl stares wide-eyed at the sheeted visage before his eyes go to a lull.
Hey TJ. Why are you here?
Maybe he was invited. I legitimately thought you were about to start bleeding there, Carl.
Real speciesist, dude.
What are you doing here, Tej? And why are you dressed like a ghost? My mom dropped me off about 2 minutes ago. I can't believe you guys walked here. My mom would have given you a ride if you asked. Well, you can fuck off, TJ. now that I'm here, now that I'm against you guys getting exercise or anything. Ellipses. I think Carl winces slightly. As far as the costume, my mom and I put it together. Put this together at the last minute.
Does he think it's a fucking costume party?
I didn't get to go trick-or-treating yesterday because of churchy stuff, so Mom said now would be my chance with this party. Even under all the fabric, I can picture TJ grinning cheerfully. It is such a contrast to the past few hours with Carl. A contrast to the whole day, actually. That's very considerate of your mother, TJ, but never mind.
How did you get invited but not us?
TJ tilts his ghostly head curiously. My mom just told me that she heard about this fun get-together here and said it would be a good way to treat myself after volunteering yesterday.
A get-together.
Right? I didn't really think I needed one. There's a pause. Oh gosh, I've never crashed a party before.
TJ!
Should we just go home? Carl and I exchange looks. Flynn told me that Leo would be here tonight, actually. He didn't mention anything of that nature to me. I'm sure he just forgot to, though. Yeah, sure. Carl steps off the road and onto the smooth concrete of the entranceway, trying to get a stealthy look inside the affair.
If you say so, man.
I mean, it's okay to have a +1, right? But there are 3 of us. See Leo in there, Carl? Carl is silent for a moment.
I see Jack.
Who? Carl looks back at me.
Jack shit. You might know him.
Oh, I know him so well. We hung out yesterday.
We hung out yesterday.
I furrow my brow at Carl. TJ physically covering his ears with his enshrouded paws. I think the lynx muttered a faint, "Stop."
Jesus. Is it weird that we've been out here this whole time and no one has come outside? Like, I'd assume people would want to come out for air, to smoke, and to make out.
They might be doing that inside. What? TJ's eyes bulge. What kind of party is this? Not one for you.
Not one for you, child.
TJ brings his paws together, wrinkling them as he looks at us expectantly. We don't know, TJ. I kinda hoped that you would.
The sort that Leo and TJ go to without inviting or even telling us about, apparently.
Bitterness still hangs in Carl's tone as he rocks nervously upon his hooves. I'm honestly still upset about it myself, too. This is the sort of thing that I'd like us all to do together. Our first real party as a group. Well, it's a memory to remember.
Sure.
I don't feel nearly as confident without him with us. But the way TJ and Carl are acting, I think it's the same for them, too. I suppose Leo just has that effect on people. No.
Oh, shit.
No.
Mom. It's Mom again.
Oh, God. How the hell am I even getting bars out here? Fuck this. I hit the ignore and walk past Carl towards the blinding cyan light of the broken entranceway.
Dude, wait.
Chase! I step inside and am instantly greeted with the musty smell of dozens of years of structural decay. The scent of dust, drywall, and straying fiberglass insulation mixed with the more modern aroma of alcohol, perfume, and scented candles. Looking around, there are actually quite a few lit candles lying around, their flames contrasting with the colored gel matted halogenic lighting. Whoever set this up must be a theater tech kid. With all the candles, I actually agree with Carl's notion that this is a bit vampire culty feeling. The music certainly isn't helping. I had expected something a lot more, I don't know. Leo called it Oompa Oompa music? Is that how that's written?
Yeah.
Jesus, okay. Why two O's?
It just is.
Okay, fine. The stuff with trumpets and accordions we get on the Spanish station.
Yeah. If it was one O, it would be Ampa Ampa. Gotta be ooh.
Well, maybe I want
Oompa.
Ampa Ampa.
Do you want what does Ampa Ampa music sound like to you?
I don't know. Still no sign of anyone. This is actually getting kind of spooky. Hey, wait up, Chase. TJ and Carl come bounding in behind me.
The acoustics in here are nuts.
Why is it empty? I don't know. I don't hear anyone yet. That's weird.
Well, let's split up, gang, and search for clues.
And then we murder Carl.
What, you didn't like that joke? I thought it was great.
TJ and I both look at Carl, who seems to have a flat expression on his face.
I'm joking. I'm literally fine with us holding tails chain style at this point.
I'm okay with us just walking normally. With that, TJ steps up, following in tow. We walk around the corner through a cobwebbed hallway into the main manufacturing floor.
Cool!
Beat this!
Cheater. Love.
Big.
Big. Oh yeah. Nice.
Terrible.
I like this graffiti. This is fun.
This is awful. Here, we finally see some people. This is certainly no rave. I count only about 15 or so people at the far end of the room, and a few more in the room behind them. Most seem to be surrounding a metal keg, though a group of about 6 girls look to be gathered around what looks like a yearbook. I only recognize one or two of them, and even then, only vaguely. I think I see Heather over there, by the barrel thing.
The barrel thing.
Barrel thing.
It's a keg. TJ.
Barrel! TJ points a sheeted paw toward a feline girl by the keg. Heather seems to have a blue solo cup in hand and is laughing at one of the guys around her. Heather is one of the girls who rides our bus. She lives out on the outskirts of Echo. She's not really a part of our group. I just know her dad is responsible for maintaining the reservoir dam. I have a feeling that feeling what's in the keg isn't fruit punch, and feel pretty boggled at how TJ's mom was the one who sent him here.
Trying to expose her son to the ways of the world.
I mean, that's
Or she
probably
just
like,
doesn't know.
I think she just doesn't know.
She definitely
it's like
just
a
doesn't
Christian
know.
mom, so like she probably just heard get together, like group of teenagers.
Yeah, assumed get together, but not party.
Yeah. I don't know. At an abandoned factory, like Jesus Christ. Meanwhile, looking at Carl, I see that pretty much all of his snark has disappeared once again. He stands in the doorway of the hall. The people in front start to notice us, nudging their friends and pointing. Some snicker, though most just look confused. Especially at Carl in his ghost costume.
TJ, you...
He's fine. Feeling eyes upon us, the lynx lifts up his sheeted arms. Ooh!
Oh my god, TJ.
TJ's the worst.
Why are you here?
He approaches the group in character. Happy Day of the Dead!
God.
I don't think he knows what that even is.
He doesn't.
The confused expressions seem to amplify. As TJ nears, it looks like he's attempting to hug Heather. Having not been paying much attention behind her, she turns right at the last second, the lynx wrapping his ghostly arms around her in a tight hug. She screams, and all eyes shift to her and TJ.
Oh my god, TJ.
Get the fuck off of me! Oh my god! The surprised lynx lurches back with a gentle right, and with a startle, right as Heather shoves at his chest. He goes colliding to the floor with a hard thump, dust splaying everywhere. The others around Heather exclaim distress. What the fuck, man? Who are you? Get off of her! You fucking creep! Amelia. Go get Derek.
What a
Oh,
weird
I'm
way
sure Derek's gonna do it.
What a weird way to spell Derek.
Right? Is that different?
Yeah. Usually when you spell Derek, it's D-E-R-E-K or something like that.
Well, it's an A this time. He feels special.
But that's a D-A-R-I-C-K. That's just...
Well, then is it Derek?
It's
Derek?
a Derek.
Is it Derek?
I hope not. I would hate it if my name was Derek.
I'm naming my child Derek.
Your poor child.
Heather, it's just TJ. Despite my shouting, I don't think anyone hears me, or at least understands me. They mostly all sound
Inebriated.
Does that mean drunk?
Yes, that means drunk.
Okay. Judging from the slurs in their voices. I see one of the girls at the yearbook table get up, fast walk into the back rooms. I try to run up to TJ's side, though a large coyote steps in from a back room and blocks my path. Probably T-posing in the process.
Probably.
He has a look in his eyes that seems to say he's looking for a fight. Meanwhile, TJ looks at lays on the floor with his white sheet covered in factory dust. From the sniffling noises I hear beneath the costume, I can tell he's crying like a bitch.
Wow.
A stumbling coyote girl nudges him with her foot before emptying the contents of her cup onto the sheeted head.
Wow, what a dick.
Well, it is what it is. And, it's TJ. He doesn't have human rights. Because he's an animal.
None of them have human rights. They're all animals.
It is what it is. Another equally drunk wolf attempts to pull her back, nearly tipping them both over. She puts on a dazed expression and motherly scolding. Yo, Maria, what the fuck? Don't pour booze on the rape ghosts. We
Wow.
honor our dead. our dead bad touchers on this night.
Jeez.
For some reason, this comment makes a wolf fellow next to Heather bristle. Heather twist.
This guy, he's talking him drunk.
Okay, I don't know. Well, that just
This
makes it
guy.
harder for me to read.
Heather,
The guy you,
Yeah.
the guy you were talking to me about, the fucker who, his fist clenched. Heather, meanwhile, seems to be crying now, for some reason. Her mascara matted the fur around her eyes. She just keeps repeating, "I can't fucking believe this," over and over while her friend tries to console her.
Okay.
What the hell are you talking about? Leave him alone. The older coyote in front of me is not having any of it. He snarls. We're sick of your sick fuckers. I don't know any of you besides her. Someone next to Heather yells back, "You leave Heather the fuck alone, musk shit." Man, they're just like throwing insults everywhere.
They really are.
I look behind me and see that Carl is no longer in the doorway or here with us.
Carl dipped.
Oh yeah, Carl fucking just left. Good friend. The fox guy seems to be trying to drag TJ now, limply smacking his sheeted head as the lynx tries to pull back. "I'm sorry." You know you're not. This is a misunderstanding or something. Fuck, Leo, where are you? The coyote grabs my shirt, pulling at me with enough force that my muzzle ends up smacking into his trucker hat brim and knocking it off his head. I managed to swat his paw away, though not before one of the girls screams in my direction. "Oh my god, he's attacking Derek!" What the hell? No, I'm not. With Derek snarling at me as he recombobulates, I weigh my options. I legitimately don't know how to fight.
Oh my god.
Flim said I wouldn't be good at it if I tried because of my shitty otter arms.
Flynn.
You know, Flynn's not wrong.
That's
though.
gold.
He's not wrong. I look at my arms. They are rather shitty. I just hope to go get help. I just have to go get help. The catastrophe of screaming and snarling from around TJ is insane. These people are on fucking drugs or something. Well, you know. I hold up the flat of my paws to a dehatted coyote. "I'm not trying to fight you. I just want to get to..." The coyote swings, thrusting his arms out, getting a glancing blow with his fist against my chest.
Damn.
Stumbling back, I scramble to my feet, taking one final look at the fetal position TJ before turning to run.
Ooh.
The coyote lanches on my shoulder, yanking me back. Something hard smacks me into my skull, and I feel my mind rattle. I lurch back, essentially bumping the coyote as my ears ring from the prior blow. I feel like I'm walking like a zombie now, staggering towards the door as my vision blurs.
Damn, bro. Ooh, lighting change.
Yeah, it's fun times. The sky's red. That's normal.
Fun times.
Is this what being knocked out feels like? I clench my fist and keep up my pace, trying to blink the blurriness away. Yeah, that's normal.
Yeah?
Especially, eventually I reach the entrance. Carl? Leo? I reach out the outside, my knees locked, and I drop to the concrete. The impact rattles my bones, and as I catch myself with my wrists, just barely managing to avoid falling directly onto my muzzle. I take a deep breath, still conscious. At least half conscious. I feel that. I continue crawling, trying to ignore the throbbing pain. Carl? Why did you fucking leave, you asshole? Shouting now, my voice sounds foreign to me. Shrill, childlike, pathetic, and increasingly hoarse. Leo? Leo's not here, honey.
Leo
it's just
is not here, honey.
Yeah. My voice shouldn't be this croaky. I've barely talked today. Well, it is what it is. Ellipses.
Man, it looks fucking...
Looks fucking great. I'm in the middle of the road now, waiting to get run over by a truck. Where's Carl? He fucking left. Ass. I should get out of here before a car comes. Well, you know, I pull myself along the asphalt, feeling my skin scrape beneath my fur. I want to stand, but I probably just fall again. Is this Carl's route? And so I keep crawling, rolling into what seems like some sort of detentional basin. I stare up at the sky, fighting the sudden fatigue and gritting my teeth through the pain. At first, I think it's blood that I got in my eye, but upon rubbing them, I realize that isn't the case. The sky is different, like someone slapped one of those colored gel matted filters over it. What the hell? I rub my eyes again, attempting to focus. I can't stay here. TJ is in deep shit, and apparently I care. Those idiots, though, those assholes, had the right idea.
Murder this child.
Murder the child. Sucking in a sharp breath through my teeth, I raise to a stand, praying my knees don't lock up again. To find Carl. Don't eat that. No, stop, cat. I stumble out to the decision. Is it actually detention? Am I reading that right?
You're reading that right.
What does that even mean? Detention basin?
Basin?
Is that like... What does that actually mean?
I think it's just where, like, stuff goes in.
Okay. Feeling packed soil beneath my feet. A dirt road. Looking behind me, I realize I must have crawled farther than I thought. Person looks over a mile away. How the fuck did you manage that? That can't be right. I see a van ahead. It looks rusted and old, but there's a light on the inside. I step stiff-leggedly down the road away, reaching the bend where the vehicle sits.
Ooh.
I like it. Love it. Crawl inside. Your new home.
Your new home.
Your new
Enjoy.
home. The same redness that the sky is tinted with is pulsating from the interior. I try to speak, but no words come from my throat. It's like a dream. I wanted to do the rational thing and announce myself, but I can't. I move closer, peering inside the dusty back window. Inside the window is another window, and
inside that window is another window.
Yeah, with a little red dot in the corner, flashing on and off. Huh. In the window within the window, there's a writhing? Yeah, flashes of fur contorted and undulating in constant, relentless motion.
Is someone having sex?
Maybe. Something is trying to hold it in place. I hear a clap and a cry. The clapping continues, louder now, rhythmic yet singular applause. This is what you want, says the voice that cried. I stare, slowly finding the will to speak. No, I need to find my friends. Ellipses. Do you know what they want? Do you know where they are? The voice shifts some, more urgent. We heard gunshots coming from the town. It's real bad. Gunshots? I didn't hear anything. Please help find my friends. We can't find them all now. We need to go. They're lost. No, they're not. I'll keep looking. I'll keep looking myself. You're just going in circles.
Oh shit, there's the line.
Yeah, I feel tears well within my eyes, a lump in my throat, containing a choked sob. Please. The van's doors open. I'm standing too close and it pushes me onto my back. The red light is gone now, replaced by darkness, shifting shadows within. I see them now, tarantulas. They're 8-legged, fuzzy with white and rust-colored stripes. They're on me with haste, 2 of them, one on each of my arms. They bite so hard, so quickly, I can't yell. They pull and tug at me, another pair on my legs.
Jeez. I don't want to see it, though.
No, it's no.
Okay.
You think they can afford that many CGs?
I mean, maybe.
Because there's none in this game. And there's none in Route 65.
This is Route 65.
Yeah, there's no CGs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
I'm pulled up to I'm pulled up and into the van. My body stretches upon a squishy something that begins to sink against my arms and legs. There are no lights, and I stare paralyzed at what I think is the ceiling of the van in the pitch blackness. I feel like restraints are binding me in place. Well, he does have sleep paralysis, so
True.
feels bad.
Feels real bad.
I try to adjust my eyes to the darkness, but everything seems blurry and unclear. My head throbs like a heartbeat, the pangs and pain unrelenting. My fur bristles. Where did the spiders go? Breathing has become more difficult, as if the oxygen in the van was running out. Maybe it is.
Maybe it is.
I feel the veins in my neck bulge as I try to gasp for large breaths, but my body is not my own. Lights seem to pop as the ringing in my ears intensify. Something is above me. I can sense it. There is a garbled mattering coming forth from it as it speaks through a poorly tuned AM radio. It sounds like me.
Ooh.
Have you ever killed anyone?
Bruh, I hate this.
My eyes wrench open.
Fuck, I hated that.
Oh, that's the shit we have to look forward to later.
No!
My eyes wrench open.
Fuck, I hate that.
I told you this was a horror game.
I don't want it.
And you were like, whatever. Furry romance bullshit. You seem confident in that conversation.
I hate shit like that, dude.
I'm being dragged. Like a bitch.
Ugh.
Realizing I have control of my basic motor functions now, I stomp my feet, staggering free of the grasp and pushing myself against the doorway. I raise my fists defensively, my eyes adjusting to the light.
Oh, there's Leo.
There's Leo. Look at him. He's like a
Chase.
teenager.
Yeah, look at him.
The red wolf stares, gobfounded at me.
Puta madre, Otter.
I lower my paws, trying to getting a sense of where I am. Yeah, that same smell, musty smell, means that I'm probably back in person, in front of what looks like an old first aid center of some sort. To think that workplace accidents at these sort of places were common, and they needed one of these. Meanwhile, Leo seems to be gawking at me, his eyes intense, searching. I look down and notice that his knuckle fur is matted with dried blood.
Oh, shit.
I swallow, clearing my throat. The hoarseness is gone, but the pain everywhere else sure isn't. Hey, Leo. Out of all the questions I have, one pushes its way to the forefront. Is TJ okay? I care. I guess.
Or something.
The wolf continues to stare at me as if I were some sort of alien.
Yeah, now he is.
I sense his nostrils flare, disbelief and anger in his eyes.
His mom's on the way here to pick him up. Heather is down there fucking doing a mix of apologizing and puking. I just left him for a minute to check back on you.
He folds his arms across his chest, leaning against the windowed wall beside me. There's a brief silence, and I feel his gaze swivel down back to me, as intense as before.
How did this happen? Why were you two here?
His accent is thick now, Leo trying to speak faster than he can process the words in his head. Part of the question has me concerned, though. Just you two? Where's Carl? He was with me before that dick with the trucker hat hit me. I see Leo's jowls rear back in silent snarl. He looks down the hall. He starts to shout at someone named Amelia, though I quickly realize he's speaking Spanish. A feline voice down the hall retorts, also in Spanish. Leo looks back ahead and grunts, closing his eyes for a moment. Then rather suddenly they reopen. The big wolf turns to me.
Wait, you said Carl was here?
I nod, then regret it because my head feels like mashed apples.
I haven't seen him since lunch.
He was. You told him you weren't doing anything today, but Flynn told us otherwise. Leo doesn't actually look surprised at the reveal, though visible guilt hangs heavy upon his usual confident face. He doesn't immediately respond, instead staring at my battered self in silence. My phone vibrates, though when I check my pockets, it isn't there. There is a palpable sheepish moment where my ears flick towards the source, Leo. The wolf blinks, then awkwardly hands me my phone from his own pocket.
We had to call TJ's mom. You're the one with the phone that can get signal pretty much anywhere, so I tried yours. I'm sorry, I just got signal. Please be okay, dude.
I'm fine now. TJ's getting picked up. I'm here with Leo. I hear the sounds of someone fiddling with a stereo and auxiliary cord on the factory floor. Some arguing about music choices ensues?
Ensues was the word, yes.
I don't know. I'm getting there. It seems that some people are still around for the party after all.
So, what all do you remember, out of curiosity?
I don't have amnesia, so relax. Whatever your name is.
Hey, I felt the back of your head there, Puchica. You've got a wealth the size of a goose egg.
I reach up and run my fingers over my scalp, the bump rather prominent. Alright, well. I regale him with the events of the night up to TJ's bullying.
Those townie shits were saying you were pushers trying to harass Heather for some debts.
Fucking what?
Yeah, I don't know, Otter. Fuck.
I kept calling for you, like a bitch. He looks surprised, then scowls at the concrete floor between his feet.
I should have been there to protect all of you.
It seems like someone won the battle over the aux cord in the other room as the music starts up again. Yep, still vampire culty. Well, I got hit so hard the sky turned red for a bit. Leo's eyebrow raises some. I see his eyes move toward my head bump again. I remember stumbling around outside looking for you and Carl. I felt like I was walking for ages. The last thing I remember was a van. I see Leo shift, his shoulders raising up as high as they can go. That thing he does when he's tense. He looks at me expectant.
See anything else?
My brow furrows as I try to recall exactly what transpired. I remember it felt so much different than it does right now in hindsight. I think I must have passed out then. Everything else is pretty hazy to recall. Recall without sounding insane is more like it. Leo's shoulders lower. He seems to be in thought now.
I found you outside on the road. I thought you had been hit by a car or something, and when I got to TJ, he wouldn't stop crying and smelled like booze. Not that I'm trying to sound like your mom's, but you had me crazy worrying.
He rubs at his raw knuckles.
Got into it with that Fox guy after that. It had been a weird night.
Why are you even here, man? He's taken visibly off guard by that question. The people here are friggin' nuts. He sighs, then slowly lowers himself to a sitting position against the wall. He motions for me to do the same next to him, and I do, dusting away any leftover broken glass first, though. Yeah.
A few people from the football team were going. Also, this one person invited me, and I wasn't going to tell them no.
I'm about to ask who that was, but I'm interrupted fairly quick.
A couple of weeks ago, I was looking for lawnmowers for sale.
Yeah? Okay.
On Peyton list.
Okay.
And I was bored, so I clicked around a bit. there was this personal dating thing ad posted, and the picture put with it looked like you all censored up.
I feel a cold tinge creep from my spine to my fingertips at those
Ooh.
words.
Hell, I thought I could even see me in the background. So I looked around a little on your phone while you were out. That same picture, but not edited for anything, was saved in your image folder, yeah? I just checked.
I should be feeling angry at his complete invasion of my privacy. Oh, Chase, don't you even start.
Don't you even
But I
start.
don't. I just feel paralyzed. I've known Leo since he didn't speak a lick of English, playing video games with me and Jasmine after school. He'd just imitate what we said with a big dumb smirk on his muzzle, as if he wasn't saying it, as if he was saying something profound. I remember he got really hooked on the phrase, double jump that sucker.
That's fun.
I had been yelling it at Jas for like 3 hours when we were trying to beat this platformer game I forgot the name of. From then on, every time one of us was feeling down or facing some challenge, he'd tell us to double jump that sucker with that same smirk. I look over to Leo now, trying to gauge his feelings, but his expression is indiscriminable.
Indiscernible.
Sorry. I know, I saw an R and got confused.
I know.
Chase, you're like 15.
Jeez, you're
Jesus.
like 15. You're already turning to complete strangers on the internet for sex shit?
Yes.
You know you can talk to me. I wouldn't have even gone to this thing.
He gestures to our surroundings. Two girls I haven't seen before walk by us in the hall without even a passing glance. I look down, staring at my paw. I went from having the chills to feeling like my face is on fire. I tried messaging you earlier, remember? You said you were busy and never responded back. Leo's brows furrow, and he roughly presses his fist against his forehead.
Ah, fuck me. Really? That's what you were on about earlier?
So you only get that line if you...
Texted him?
Yeah.
Ah.
I thin my lips, looking up at him tentatively. Yeah, really.
Shit.
What were you busy with? The wolf gives me a sidelong look of... a side sort of look, a tentative expression tugging at his jowls.
Don't change the topic, Otter.
I'm not changing the topic. Hearing my own voice, I sound a hell of a lot more pathetic than adequately defensive. I try waiting for the girls nearby to be completely out of earshot, though they stop in the hall and start showing each other something on their phone. Leo follows my gaze, letting out a quick huff.
Come with me.
He raises up to his feet, pulling me by my wrist. Not having much choice, as I'm being tugged like a rag doll, I comply. Is that winding?
Winding, yeah.
Why? I hate the English language.
It's pretty bad, because it could be winding.
Yeah, I was about to say winding.
But no, it's winding.
Man, fuck
English
this.
do be that way, though.
Winding our way through the remnants of the partygoers, I fail to recognize anyone. One or two say hi to Leo as we pass, though most outright ignore me. I'm increasingly self-aware of how plain I look in contrast to the ripped plaid donning, pierced-faced and spike-haired crowd. The t-shirt and cargo shorts look must really not be in at the moment. Nah, it's always in. It's always in. We stop finally in front of one of the back exits. There doesn't seem to be food, booze, or drugs in this part of the factory, so we're alone. Once again, Leo turns expectantly upon me, his brow knit. However, by now my nerves have enveloped. Evened out slightly, and I decide to counter the question earlier. Why do you care so much about what I'm doing? That I am how I am? You didn't tell me about all this.
So you're queer now, huh? I get that. Just, fuck, you can do so much better than old sags on Peyton list.
What the hell? That was my business, man. Not yours. I just need somebody to talk to, okay?
So have you?
Have I what?
Met up with anyone? Screwed anyone?
My eyes bulge in such a sharp reaction that even Leo holds up the flat of his paws defensively.
Shit, alright. You really are new to this, huh?
You could say that. Yeah. My parents didn't even know until this morning. Or, I guess, last morning now.
That's real rough, Otter.
I cross my arms over my chest, letting my chin lull down as I as I stare at the dusty concrete floor. I'm gonna try to see if TJ is still out front and get a ride home with him. I'll leave you be with your friends. I turn, beginning to move, when I hear a growl from behind me.
Ah, Puchica.
He grabs my shoulder, spinning me around to face him again.
Why do you have to be like this, huh?
I didn't choose to be like this.
Ah, yeah, you adorable you adorable daftness. Do you know how excited I got when I saw that email? That my suspicions were true? It was like a fucking fantasy, you know? Then I started wondering why you didn't tell me, and then I got all mad, and now I've ruined this.
It takes me a second to process being called adorable, a fantasy, and the reveal from Leo himself. I blink up at him. He blinks back at me. The wolf bites his tongue for a moment, trying to think before speaking.
I wish I could go back in time and redo this. I'll kick the huevos in of that scud who hurt you. I'll protect you from here on out, and I won't hide things from you. You were the fucking gold nugget in this shit mine, yeah? I wouldn't be any different than these sloshed up bastards if I hadn't been here for you. If it hadn't been for you guys. I think back to when we were little, yeah? I don't remember any of what you were saying, but I remember being happy because of you and Jazz. And, you know, as you grew and shit, I started seeing you different, like. You made me happy when I was around you before, but now it's like, I don't know, Otter. I can't describe it well. Just a whole new type of happy. Like, you know I fucking love you, but I love you, you know? So, final point. Don't fuck strangers on the internet.
My face starts to tingle, my heart thudding so loud in my chest, I'm sure Leo can hear it. I inhale shakily. Yeah, this can't be happening. I must still be dreaming. I'm cut off as I spy an awkward young shadow leering in the doorway, something bulky in his paws. Leah notes my shift in attention, turning around face to the figure. I see his muscles tense beneath his t-shirt.
Chase, don't leave. I'll be back in just a second.
Yeah, sure, anything. I bump my knuckles together, watching the large wolf move to the doorway. I see him grab the shadowy fellow from by the shoulders, trying to shift him away a little. The unknown guy thrusts what looks like a camera bag and tripod towards Leo. Leo shoves it right back. I see the wolf lean in close, his grip tightening on the other. He mutters something. The shadowy Winges, whatever. His head turns. I think he's looking at me. Starting to feel rather awkward, I approach the two. As I do, however, the figure departs back towards the main factory.
I'm never hanging out with anybody but those in our group from here on out. I swear, man.
He curses something in Spanish under his breath. I used equipment like that before when I had to do a video story for the school news. The AV club rents them to students for school projects. Are you working on a school project? I see Leo's muzzles pull into a tight-lipped hold. He steps forward, taking hold of my shoulders.
No, for the love of God, Chase, please don't ask me about it again.
His demeanor seems more akin to begging than annoyance. Flickers of fear in his eyes.
That's real sus, Leo. That's real sus.
I stand in his grasp, jaw slacked. Don't worry, that'll never come up again. This is beyond strange, but I can tell he's serious about his request. All right, but...
Chase,
Leo, are you okay?
I just want to get back to town with you, yeah?
I guess I can respect that request. I'm assuming TJ's been picked up by now. The last I saw of the Lynx, he was crying in a beer-soaked puddle. I feel like a complete asshole for not checking up on him in person. Though at least I wasn't as bad as Carl, who straight up fled home. Poor TJ is probably blaming himself for everything too. Jasmine's stuck at home with her shitty family. Meanwhile, it turns out Leo is gay and likes me, and despite everything, the stuff he described about me, I feel about him. My emotions are so damn conflicted right now. This emo vampire music is actually resonating with me. Leo releases my shoulders, and I move towards the back door, tugging it a few times. He huffs some, then gives it a hard kick with his foot. One of the hinges snaps, and the door falls into a hanging diagonal position. With a swift stop, the other two hinges snap off, while leaving the metal door on the floor. We could have just gone out the front.
Well,
He stares at the door that at his feet before looking up at me.
wouldn't have been as rebellious. You like destruction of property, don't you?
I break a mirror at one rest stop when I was 8.
Because you didn't get the toy you wanted in your kiddie meal.
He smiles teasingly at me, the moonlight illuminating his backside. I can see the faint purple in the sky, inevitable sunrise as well. Hey, you know we don't have fast food joints like that around here. That was my one chance of getting the figurine from that stupid dinosaur movie.
Your hand was so damn bloody. I thought you were the coolest.
There is a pause. And I will be back in a moment.
Okay. I'm gonna go.
Stupid cat.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom downstairs. This moment, you mean everything.
You're terrible.
Come on, Eileen Tellura.
You're gonna get us copyright struck.
It was only a few seconds. It's fine. They don't care.
Yeah, they do. I stepped past into the fresh, far less musty air. The faint scent of Leo's cologne now more palpable. I cross my arms, staring down the rusty metal of the fire escape-like stairwell.
I still do.
Ugh, bullshit, man. I try to maintain a heavy amount of skepticism from his last words. Though, looking at him now, and having known Leo long enough, I don't sense any visible signs of deception. My dad actually suggested I'd be a decent journalist since I'm pretty good at reading people and their emotions. Though he might have just been saying that to try to dissuade me from videography. Leo begins to descend the stairway, keeping his paws hovering above the rail guard, just in case. I pull out my phone, using the screen as a flashlight for us.
I'm serious. You act so damn level-headed all the time. Everyone else in our group, not to be insulting them or nothing, because they're family, but they can be pretty out there, huh? You're always so calm and balanced, though.
You mean generic and boring, man.
Nah, like, you're always hanging in the background, almost invisible-like, and then you say some snarky shit and everybody loses it. You're observant, yeah? Like Flynn, but less of an insulting shit about it. My parents, my siblings, they love you, dude. My mom's always asking me when Chase is gonna come around again.
We reach the end of the stairway, the inside of my ears probably ruby red at this point. The back lot of Parsons is mainly composed of old piles of dirt and some foundation, like that we're planning on expanding before they shut down. I'm not gonna fuck people on the internet. I'm not gonna fuck internet people. You can ease up on the compliments. I turn and smirk at Leo, a little in disbelief that those words just left my mouth. We start walking.
Good. I have no clue what you're into, actually.
Honestly? Leo looks at me a little warily. That same guilty expression crosses his muzzle once again. And, muscles, I guess? I see Leo's eyes light up, his maw pulling into a fanged grin. It actually is a pretty frightening vistage in the middle of the night, were it anyone but Leo. Predators, man.
You should come to more of my games if you want to see those.
The internet exists, too.
Yeah, how'd that work out for you earlier?
I feel a pang of remembrance and the ensuing feelings of shame all over again. This whole night did exactly what I wanted after all. Distracted me from my problem. I feel Leo's eyes on me, his face softening. He places his paw on my back.
You missed a lot this season. You weren't even at homecoming.
The tickets were like $30.
Screw that. Well, wait. Well, that's for homecoming. Wait.
They were like $20 at our high school.
Okay, yeah. I didn't think it was. I vaguely remembered. I'm like, wait, was that? No, well, for homecoming or for prom?
No, prom was 30. Homecoming was 20.
Okay. I never went to homecoming, so, screw that.
I was saving up for that multiplayer driving sim game with Carl. We eventually played it for like 3 hours and never touched it again.
Relatable. We won by only a few points, and I got 2 touchdowns. If you were there, I would have pointed it to the stands where you were and everything. Embarrassed the shit out of you, eh? Oh, shit.
How dare you?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be embarrassed. I am proud of you. In the past, I had vocally lamented Leo's ascension to jockhood, especially his douchebag townie teammates.
Bah.
Now it's Leo's turn to be dubious. He clicks his tongue against the roof of his mouth, shaking his head.
You and Carl just think I'm a different person now that I play varsity.
Carl and I would poke fun at him about it, and I think our jokes genuinely upset him. Why would you upset him, Chase? Like, Leo's such a nice guy.
We've established that Chase is terrible.
No, Chase can be terrible to everyone except for Leo.
But he's just a terrible person. Shit, you didn't read that.
I've never really properly apologized about all that. In reality, I don't think the fact that he spent most his after-school time at practice. I just miss him.
Chase, that's gay.
I mean, yeah. You've always been a block-headed ball slinger. That hasn't changed. Leo lets out a deep chortle.
You gonna join the cheerleading squad now for me, Otter?
I ain't flexible enough for that. You think I can do a high kick?
No, but I'd pay $1 to see you try.
Coming to a stop, I look down at my stubby legs. $1 is $1. That's 1/4 of what I need to get a burger at the diner. You're not gonna film this, too. The wolf's shoulders tense, his gaze snapping to me.
Chase, you said...
Said I wouldn't ask about it. Doesn't mean I can't tease you about it. He huffs, but I can tell that sort of cheered him up in a way.
Just don't mention it around the group, okay?
I make a circle with my fingers in a gesture of acknowledgement. I make sure that there's no errant shrubbery around me before directing my muscles to lift my right leg as high as it will go. It turns out that I can barely... that is barely a 60-degree angle from its stationary position. I hear the wolf sniggering.
Oh, come on. I'm just a sack of first stone, and even I can kick higher than that.
We're two different species. Give me a break.
Work for that dollar, Chase. Defy species norms and negative stereotypes, as Jasmine says.
There are physical limitations there that no social science third period class can overcome. And I don't think an otter being paid to perform for a wolf's amusement is exactly a progressive act.
I believe in you.
He says that as sarcasm.
Saccharine.
What?
Saccharine or saccharine.
Man, that word actually just changed as I was reading it.
It's a good word. I'm pretty sure it's pronounced saccharine.
Saccharine?
Yep.
I don't know. And
That second word is schmaltzy.
Schmaltzy. Look at all these.
Schmaltzy.
Look at all these consonants that don't need to be there.
Yep.
I hate it. As possible. Electing an eye roll from yours truly.
Let's see.
Are you looking up
I'm looking up saccharine. Of, relating to, or resembling that of sugar, yielding or containing sugar, overly or sickishly sweet.
Okay.
So yeah, he says that as like as sweetly, and schmaltzy is just kind of like it's not like
it's
an
like the same
actual
thing.
word.
But...
Yeah. Oh, there is a definition. Extremely or excessively sentimental music or art. Yeah, it's just sentimental.
Is what it is, I guess.
Schmaltzy. Yeah. Big words, huh?
No. Look, I am at a clean kindergarten reading level. I can't go any more than that.
That's a rough life.
Yu-Gi-Oh's ruined my perception of language forever. I'm sitting there and I'm like, where's all the commas and semicolons? What's cost in this sentence?
What is cost?
I lift my leg, this time bracing my hand against my thigh and pushing up. That's cheating. I managed to get the thigh itself.
That's
What?
I'm pretty sure it's supposed to
it's
say
the
itself.
Yeah. No, it's to self now. Much higher, though. I'm having trouble fully extending at the knee. Leo notices and steps over, taking my calf and holding the small of my back supportively so I don't tip over. My muscles are starting to burn something fierce as the position is pretty damn compromising. I frown as hard as I can, as I can up at Leo, who bursts into laughter.
Okay, now I wish I was filming this otter.
Dude, yeah, you're right. You would have to be a terrible person, like Jenna, to record something like that.
Jeez.
I'm not calling anyone out, I swear. I wiggle free, rubbing my nose, my nostril, there's a hyphen and I'm getting confused. Before continuing onward. True to his word, Leo fishes his wallet out of the back of his jeans and hands me a crisp $1 bill.
Crisp.
I pocket the dollar, looking back towards Leo. Don't I get a tip?
The tip comes later.
Jesus Christ. I bury my face in my paw, groaning in contrast to the baritone chuckling of the wolf beside me. Jokes like that have a whole new meaning after tonight. As I peek through my fingertips, I can see that the sun has crested the edge of the mountains, and the world is bathed in glimmers of orange. I've been up for nearly 24 hours now. That's nothing, Chase. That is nothing.
That's nothing.
That's normal, honey. And my body feels more tingly than tired. We start walking beside the main road now, the lack of vehicle traffic creating an eerie stiffness to the desert. Leo walks close to me, to the point where our paws brush against each other from time to time.
That's gay.
It is. So, that party. One of Leo's large ears flick in the direction before he turns. Canting?
Yeah.
Is that... What?
That's right. Canting is like when you...
I don't know what that is!
You know what canting is?
I don't know what canting is.
It's
Canting
when you
is
do
head
this.
curiously.
You can't. It's
K.
when you tilt or turn.
Sure.
Yeah?
That wasn't very Day of the Dead-y, was it? He shakes his head.
No, it was not. I think some of those deadbeats thought it had to do with the movie. I only really remember celebrating it once in my home country. Though I wouldn't really say it was a celebration, yeah? I just remember my mom, dad, and siblings gathering in a cemetery. We placed orange marigolds in front of the abuelo's grave, lit candles, and ate quesadillas.
Carl would like that last part.
No shit.
The prospect of food actually helped him get over his social anxiety to come with me. I see Leo's face shifts to a more tight frown.
Fuck, man, that party probably made his issues so much worse. They barely had any fucking food, too. Some tool named Robert just brought a bunch of fruit.
Okay. But, like...
That's awesome.
Like, I kind of love when I go to a party and there's just a fruit bowl. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm just like, man, this is my food tonight. I'm just going to eat a whole bunch of, strawberries, grapes,
That's so funny, though.
Maybe we'll get some melon or cantaloupe in there, depending on where we are.
It'd be pretty good.
I like that. I don't know about...
I mean, I like a good fruit.
Better than nothing. I quietly mourn the absence of my mango as my stomach rumbles.
But yeah, I remember we just talked about the loved ones who had passed, told stories, and sort of acted like they were there.
So, do you actually believe that those who have passed can listen to us when we want them to? He looks up for a moment, the color of the sunset now matching the hue of his fur. Sweat stains are visible around his armpits. His knuckles are still bloody, and his head fur is a complete mess. That being said, it is kind of a good look for him. Chase, that's so gay.
Chase, that's so gay.
Not sure. I mean, not so much for yours truly, though.
No.
His gaze shifts back ahead, his tone neutral.
But it helps the living, you know? We still gotta get by.
A silence hangs over between us. It's pretty obvious his mind has drifted to memories of Sydney, mine as well. This sort of awkwardness is common now. Sharing trauma like that and carrying on like nothing happened is usually our go-to. It has been about 4 years now, and it hasn't gotten any easier. Too many reminders here. We're all fucked up from it. Leo's overprotectiveness, Carl's anxiety, Jasmine's escapism, Flynn's rays, my hallucinations, and TJ. God, poor TJ. Maybe next year we could try?
Chase.
He looks at me, his eyes meeting my own before drifting to my paw. Slowly he reaches over, taking grasp of mine.
I just want to move on, to cherish what I got, yeah? I want to...
I could hear the word forget upon the tip of his lips. I mean, the tip of his tongue. But he can't bring himself to say it out loud. Instead, he squeezes my paw tighter. I squeeze back. My therapist told me that I should talk about it. more. But it isn't something that I can just broach in between talk of football and video games.
Sure, shit way to kill any good feelings in the area, that's for sure.
Like right now.
Otter.
He brings our paws up in front of us, forcing me to look at how our own interlaced fingers. Seeing the size difference, the red fur gripping my own, is enough to make my neck feel hot and my heart thud heavy.
Look at what we're doing right now. We can shoot that sad shit about how tragic everything in Echo is, or we can go against the grain and be happy. I say let's be fucking happy.
Leo smiles down at me, letting our paws fall back to our sides. Despite his motivational wording, I can tell from the gleam in his eyes that he's nervous, his usual confident bravado shaken in this new territory. I can't blame him. They say that sort of thing is supposed to give you a butterflies in your stomach feeling. Yet as we walk along the abandoned Route 65, I feel like I have butterflies, and more like I'm about to jump out of a fucking plane. It isn't that simple, Leo.
Well, fuck it. Let's pretend it is for a while and see how that goes.
What exactly are you asking for? He rubs his forehead, his fanged teeth briefly grit.
I don't know how to explain it. Just cheer up.
That wasn't exactly eloquently put, even by Leo's standards.
Damn.
I haven't eaten anything since lunch, swam, or slept in 24 hours. I've been beaten in the head, was unable to save TJ from getting bullied to hell. And my parents got me watching gay porn, and now will never look at me the same way again. I still have to deal with that. I'm not exactly in the best mental estate at the moment. Though this, I gesticulate to the two of us with a swirl of my free hand. Is helping. Freaking me out for sure, but I'm glad you're here.
We'll make all that right. I bet Jasmine will be squealing when she hears about all this shit. This is just like one of her comics. The man goes, "Oh, you poor sweet summer child. You poor sweet simple jock boy."
Mangas. Turns out she actually reads that yaoi
Yo!
stuff after all, I learned.
Yo!
Of course she does.
Of course she does! That's that anime poem with the Twinkie triangle types, right?
I nearly choked myself to contain my laughter. Are you familiar with it, Leo?
Yeah, of course I'm familiar with it. I got a whole bunch of files that sort of stuff saved in my sample music folder on my PC. The perfect hideaway.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody ever looks in there.
Looking up at Leo, he looks genuinely happy now. I mean, a bit sweaty, fidgety, and blood splattered, but so am I. Right now, I just have to focus on not ruining this. Don't ever get too comfortable with that sort of thing. I did, and now everything's fucked for me in the eyes of my folks.
Man, your mom is the nicest lady. I can't imagine her kicking you out or anything.
I'm not worried about that. God, getting kicked out almost sounds preferable to having to face them every day with them having seen me like that. Imagine if your parents found your yaoi folder and how they'd see you from then on.
Well, they shouldn't have been going through my shit in the first place. I think Mama already knows about me being gay, though.
What?
She kept asking me if I like Jasmine. Yeah. It was annoying me, and I just up and said she wasn't my type. Mama kept prodding me with, "Why, Leonardo? She is a smart one, and she has cared for you in your times of need on countless occasions."
I tried to restrain a snicker at Leo's impression of his mother. The accent, high-pitched cadence, rather right on the nose. Leo hears my suppressed titters.
Yep.
True up. That just.
That's correct.
I don't know, but that phrasing just sounds weird. I don't know.
That's correct.
Looking down at me with a foreign scowl before hip bumping me. That's gay. I nearly go careening off the side of the bike lane into the sagebrush, full of ticks, of course.
Of course.
But he yanks me back by my paw he's holding. I try to imagine Leo and Jasmine together. It makes sense, I guess, but it is weird thinking about. Puberty in general has made things so much different.
She went on asking what exactly my type was. I think I was frustrated or something at the time, like after a bad practice session. I said, not girls.
My eyes widened, picturing the confrontation in my mind. Geez, what happened next?
I regretted saying it. Mama could see that plain enough on my mug, yeah? She just clicked her tongue, told me to let her know when I felt like talking more about that.
I'm assuming you haven't really followed up on her offer.
No, Chase, I have not.
There's a silence between us, mostly because I'm trying to think of a response that isn't, well, I have it worse. Before I can speak, we approach what looks like a short dirt driveway that leads up to a shack of some sort.
Oh.
Leo stops and points toward it.
Let's cut through here and head to my house through the rail yard. I don't want to deal with Jeremy right now in case he's awake and outside his house.
I sincerely doubt that Jeremy and Clint would be out and about being dicks this early on a Saturday, but I don't argue and follow along. Upon closer inspection, it looks like one of those roadside dive bars you see a lot on the reservations. This one boarded up fairly recently. The Joshua Tree and the why is there two ants and the old timey pickup truck give it an out of place feeling. As far as I know, Joshua trees aren't native to this area. Never heard of this place before.
I have. It was open for a little while, a year or so ago.
Yeah, it would have been the first new business I've heard around here since I was like 7, I think.
Like I said, it didn't last long. Heard from Charlie that the owner got busted for some fucked up shit that Officer Mall Cop found in the back room.
Christ!
I mean, this is from Charlie, so I wouldn't believe all of it.
Like, what specifically? Leo shrugs, a light frown on his muzzle.
I don't know. You wouldn't tell me.
We continue moving, Leo kicking an errant bean can along the front of us as we walk. Can't believe Charlie's still alive. Turns out absurd amounts of meth is the secret to a long lifespan.
Not if I find out you've been taking it, Otter. I'll shorten your fucking lifespan real quick.
He smirks at me and I roll my eyes, glancing back at the side of the abandoned bar as we pass. Keith and Brian's Booze Bastion.
What a name.
Wait, is it that Brian? Don't worry about it. Don't. Yeah. The sun is now high enough in the sky that I occasionally have to shield my eyes from it as we head due east, which is why I stay inside every day of my life because I hate the sun. I haven't responded to TJ's text, but I think he'll understand. Right now, I'm trying to balance upon one of those rails of the the train tracks with Leo. Does the same on the other. It is made a bit more difficult by the fact that we're still holding hands, each teeter from one yanking me along as well, and vice versa. Despite being, as he puts it, a lump of stone covered in fur, he has a lot more poise than yours truly. Well, he probably stretches and
I mean, he's fit.
Yeah, so it's like, and Chase has a piece of paper that'll just
He's
blow
a
in the
piece
wind.
of paper.
I think my tail might be a bit too thick for balance and agility. It being more suited for aquatic usage.
No shit.
Wow, who would have guessed?
Who would have thought that?
That just reminds me how I could use a swim right now, or at least a bath. I feel like a dusty skeever, and I must be smelling musky as all hell at this point. I'm a mess, and I'm a mess in front of Leo, who just keeps looking better and better the brighter it gets.
Chase, that's gay.
He's really fucking gay at this point. His gay stat just keeps going up.
It just keeps going up.
I'm worried that he's going to take one look at me any moment now and realize he's made a mistake.
Hey.
I glanced over tentatively, increasingly conspicuous of how clammy my paw pads are in Leo's grasp.
I know we kind of glossed over it earlier, but how do you think the others are actually going to respond to all this?
I nearly fall off the rail, catching myself with one foot on the ground. Technically, it's cheating, but this isn't really a competition. You say that. What do you mean by all this? He clicks his tongue against the roof of his mouth, just like his mom does. I still don't know what exactly that means.
Estúpido.
My gaze falls and I feel my shoulders slump. Leo looks over, his expression turning apologetic, and I can feel his thumb rub the side of my paw.
Leo, that's gay.
Yeah, but Leo's like arguably more gay than Chase.
Guess, sorry. I know we're both tired as dirt. Honest though, if I was in bed right now, I wouldn't be able to sleep leaving it all like this. So I guess I just gotta come out and say it all plain like for you, Otter. You're my boyfriend now, right?
I blink at hearing the words out loud, though when the moment comes, I don't hesitate. You're my boyfriend, Leo. Chase, what the fuck?
Chase.
You're just getting gayer the more this game goes on. Which I know is the point. But his pace on the track slows, then eventually stops outright. He turns, facing me. We stand in the midst of the abandoned passenger cars, the plants around us mostly dead and dormant for the autumn. I can't help but have this feeling that we clash with our surroundings, alive and new in this dead and decaying. I'm reminded of a word I studied for a Southwestern literature elective I took, the quaz?
The quaz?
Quaz? Sure.
I don't know.
It comes to me as if reciting on a record in my brain, the short paragraph which I labored to memorize the night before my presentation. Quaz, a noun, both singular and plural, referring to anything strange, incongruous, on, or peculiar. As it, I know that word, I just can't talk. At its heart, is the unknown, the mysterious. It rhymes with Oz. To a traveler, it's often the highest. That's a word.
I don't know that word.
Quaesitum. Quaesitum.
I don't know what that word is.
Quaesitum.
I want to know, actually. I downloaded this dictionary and goddamn am I gonna
You downloaded a dictionary?
Not for this game, but
Yeah, no, but in general,
yeah.
You would just download a dictionary?
Would
Would you download a car?
Dumb. ITUM. It's not even a real fucking word. Oh wait, it would be a real word if I wait. Did I spell it right? QUAESITUM. Yeah, it's not a real word.
Well, go to the Google then.
Maybe I should go to Google, huh? Dick Webster, you failed me.
Webster fucking sucks.
Okay. Quasitum.
Where's like the e-speaker thing?
I don't know. Look, it's not on the app, but it's like right fucking here.
Well, there you go. You should use Google instead of a fucking app.
Something sought for.
It's often the highest sought for thing.
Okay, yeah. Where's the pronunciation?
Go to definition on, like, usually when you click definition, like, no, go to the search bar and just type in definition after that.
Definition.
And usually, like, the Google will pull up its own definition and scroll a bit. Fuck.
Yeah, where is it?
Well, maybe it's only on, like, desktops.
Maybe.
Maybe it's not on mobile.
Probably not.
I don't know.
I really want to know how to pronounce this fucking word, but whatever. So the highest sought after, whatever the fuck. Anyway.
Quaesitum. For me, everything, whether object, person, or event, when seen clearly in the depths of its existence, it is quiddity.
Yep.
Is quas.
What even the fuck are you talking about, Chase?
Chase, you
What are
fucking loser!
What are you even saying?
Leo deserves so much fucking better.
Like you?
Yes. Exactly. And every road, every alley, to all the the all to your parlor, the all to your parlor. That just doesn't look right to me. I don't know. The course of a creek, the track of a comet, all are route to Quaz for any traveler. Any queerist, sure, willing to question, to go in quest, to ask the cosmic question of the medieval church drama. This is more than a paragraph. Like, this is more than like a few sentences. Like,
Yeah.
this is actually like a proper paragraph, and this is just nonsense.
Queritis?
Whom do you seek, O pilgrim? William Least Heat Moon. Let's just be happy, yeah? Moisture wells within his russet eyes, and I recall the last time I saw Leo cry. It was after what happened at the lake. I'm pretty sure everyone was crying.
Pretty sure.
Except for TJ. Because he's an emotionless husk. So, it was our first day back to school, and he gathered all of our group together. He started out fine, managing simple English and explaining how he promised he was going to protect us all from now on. And then he just kept saying, "I'm sorry," over and over again. Jasmine was the first to step up and hug him, then Carl, then TJ, then me, and Flynn flecked off, I guess. Like, that's just, it is what it is.
It says finally, he just did it last.
We held each other outside the road and sobbed. Flynn kept yelling something, and it seemed more incensed than mourning, but I wasn't listening to his words, because you don't care about him. Leo bawled until he was hiccuping, wrought with himself. We all did. Eventually, a passerby called one of our parents, and we were picked up one by one. The funeral had happened the week before, and our parents thought that we were ready to reintegrate, that things were better. It never felt like things got better. But Leo was always there, keeping his promise. Now, my eyes brim with tears. I think it might be in part due to our lack of sleep, but I can't hold back. We stare at each other, Leo laughing and wiping his eyes with his palms.
You always suck in your cheeks when you're trying not to cry.
He reaches up, ruffling my head fur as he does so commonly. I sniff, trying to manage a challenging look, Leo looking blurry in my vision. I let go of his paw, taking him by the front of the shirt and pulling him down to my height. I shut my eyes tight and kiss him, my arms trembling as I do so. Large arms envelop me, his grasp first of my waist, but then upon my face, he as he holds onto my tear-matted cheeks.
This is so gay.
Yeah, it is. And just wait until all of this is destroyed.
Demolished. That's gonna be so fun.
I realize I have no idea what I'm doing with regard to kissing. That's okay, neither does Carl during his route.
Shit.
So I feel like a fool mashing my face against his, but Leo doesn't laugh.
So wait, do we see it all destroyed in Route 65? Or are we at the end of Route 65?
This is like one of the final. This is like the final scene.
Okay. I didn't think so. Okay. I thought so.
Okay, yeah. The kiss is over rather quick, but I embrace him as soon as our muzzles part. I feel his head rub into mine, a neediness to his demeanor with which I share. We continue to stand. What What? We continue to stand each on our own rails, keeping equilibrium of balance at the center. This makes the hug sort of awkward in structure. It actually reminds me a lot of church pan flips TJ had that describe the proper way to hug someone of the opposite sex.
Oh.
Backs hunched forward, arms around the upper torso. Pelvises at least a foot apart from one another.
Could you imagine getting a diagram?
Yeah.
Wow.
Look, TJ reads it every night.
Every night.
Every night. At least we were all good in the eyes of the Lord so far. It feels like several minutes pass. Leo occasionally squeezing me tighter and rubbing his paws across my back. I do the same. The position starts to feel a bit sore, especially with the recent battering, and I pull my back. Leo seems to have been caught unaware, waving his arms as he tries to find some more balance. He stumbles and falls off. His rump hits the sandy gravel beside the track. Oh shit, Leo, you okay, man? I hop down, though in my haste my foot catches and I topple over onto the wolf's chest.
What is this? Some anime?
What is this, an anime or
bullshit?
something? Well, he didn't touch Leo's breast.
Or he didn't like fall face first into his crotch, like and land on his.
Let's
bulge or
go.
whatever. Just
Leo
a
chuckles.
adding injury
Yeah,
to
adding,
injury.
whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
Leo just chuckles, rewrapping his arms around my midsection. We meet eye to eye.
Clumsy otter.
I sigh with relief and kiss him again, briefly, as I'm aware I haven't brushed my teeth in 24 hours as well. Probably neither is him.
Yeah, it's fine.
Whatever. He strokes his finger through my head fur, careful to avoid the bump on the back of my head before releasing me. I stand, offering a paw to him. He takes it though, just to show, really. He seems to have no problem standing up on his own.
So before I was rudely interrupted, I asked you how you thought the others would take us now that we're a couple.
We start walking again, this time with Leo leading. He seems to take fancy with an old rusted cane, the wolf bounding up the step ladder and clambering up over it like he's 10 again. So I think Jenna will probably dig it. Oh, I said Jenna. Flynn will taunt us relentlessly, but harmlessly. TJ will probably be confused, but ultimately happy for us. And Carl will probably be bewildered as all hell and awkward about it. Leo reaches to the top of the crane steps. He peeks over the metal to beckon me.
Really? In my head, I imagine when I tell Carl I'm queer and stuff, he'll just say, "That's gay," then continue playing his handheld without caring.
Carl? Nah, he cares. I know he does. I told him that I was gay earlier. He's the only one I've come out to, really.
You did? Huh.
I see his face visibly contort for some reason. We had a long journey from school to the party, and it was burning on my conscience, I guess. That seems to soothe him a bit, and he shifts focus. Also, I don't want tetanus. I'm good down here. He nods, making his way back down. His chipper gait?
Yep.
Gait? Why is it pronounced that way?
Because it is. It's the gate. It's the distance. It's just the distance in which you're like it's the size of your steps, basically. Your gate is.
Then why not make a word that's different from gate, as in like front of like an entrance?
It is. Look at how it's spelled.
No, but it should be pronounced differently, so I don't get confused.
Just read it, and you won't be confused.
But I will be, because I'll immediately think like a gate as in an entrance. And utterly foreign sight as he beams at me. The wolf is slap happy hyper.
What about your parents?
Oh, Jesus. One day they catch me with gay porn. The next I have a big ass Hispanic wolf boyfriend.
There it is.
There's the line.
There's the line.
There's the line. The first tweet I made.
The very first tweet you ever made. I remember that. So good.
Terrible. I don't know, man. I want to tell mine about you. They'd be happy for me. I guarantee it. Oh, I read Leo's line.
It's okay. You were real excited.
My eyes drift down to my pocket, the weight of my phone still resting against my thigh. I still have a voicemail from yesterday that they sent me. I haven't listened to it. I see some... What is this fucking... No, don't... Cat, don't knock over the bottles.
He wants the bottle.
No. Cat.
Animal.
I see some of his excited demeanor diminish to his usual more concerned expression. Leo heads over beside me, and we continue walking.
Chase, whatever they say, you've still got me.
He approaches me and says, "What, are you just slapping at the charger cable now? Fucking
he
idiot."
is.
He approaches me and stops, his fingertips tapping at his hips as he thinks of what to say.
You still got all of us in the group, and if shit got real bad, you could stay with us for a bit. Jasmine does it all the time. Pa and Mama are used to having a house filled with kids, but since most of my siblings moved out, it's just me. TJ's parents would never turn you away either. And Carl, well, God know that he has enough damn rooms that go unused. His parents are barely ever there. You could be like that one movie boy who lived in the walls of his house. Well, you could be like that one movie with the boy who lived in the walls of the house, making spooky noises at night and eating their gorgonzola.
Amazing. I let out a small chuckle. I remember how Carl used to be really afraid of ghosts a few years ago. I got to hang out with him and play video games as a coping mechanism. Still, now I have my phone in hand, I still have that same twisted dread within my gut. I'm just... it's like everything is changing and my head is spinning. My folks will never see me the same again.
They won't, because you're almost a fucking adult, Chase.
The curtness of Leo's tone has me look up from my phone and back to him.
It's the Yucca. People grow up. You have, and really handsomely, I gotta say, yeah?
I look off to the side. The flattery is making my neck warm and my cheeks flush. Despite everything, I still can't believe it's Leo that is saying all this to me.
The thing is, your parents are gonna love you no matter what. They're good like that. I know it. I bet my neck.
He grasps his throat, looking down at me with bloodshot eyes and a smile.
Other shit piles around here are the ones I'm gonna have to worry about, because no way I'm hiding that I have Chase the Otter as my boyfriend. And trust me.
He raises... Oh my god, it's the other cat!
Oh, she showed up.
What?
She finally decided to show up. Arby's. RBB.
Okay. He raises up his large fist in front of me, showing the crimson, which is stained in his knuckle fur.
They try anything to harass you for it, I'll make sure they know the consequences.
I shift my focus from Leo's fist to his wild gaze. Man, you need some sleep. Leo blinks, then brings his fist back up to rub the back of his neck.
Fuck yeah, I do.
He sniffs, rolls his shoulders some before looking back to the phone in my hand.
Oh my god, she's going for the climb. She's getting up there.
Oh.
So much
Good.
noise. Alright, let's listen to this voicemail, huh?
He looks off to the side, sort of muttering embarrassingly under his breath.
Double jump that sucker and whatnot.
It's so cringy, but I feel like I want to kiss him again.
Artemis.
Like, okay,
Like-
you stupid fucking cat.
Why does she have the energy now?
It's like midnight, isn't it?
Oh my gosh. Dude.
She just fucked this cat.
Jeez.
Fartimus, you're ruining this emotional moment between Chase and Leo.
You really are.
Eternal boyfriends that will be together forever.
Yeah, forever.
I smile when
Riley.
I hate this word. Because, like, if I hear the word, I know exactly what it is. But when I look at the word, I'm like, that's not what that word is.
What is that word?
There's too many Y's. I'm
there's-
suddenly like, what even is this? If there's more than one Y in a word, it shouldn't exist.
I guess.
How many common words have two Y's in them?
I was just trying to think of. I was just trying
Yeah,
to think, and I don't really
it's
know.
stupid. He just huffs.
Fair warning, though. You're still probably grounded as hell.
I snicker. Well, snark.
Snark.
Snarf.
Snark.
Yep.
I snarf.
My he snarfs. My chest feeling tight and my mouth dry. You're in the fucking desert. Of fucking course. Oh yeah, I know that. I get yelled at if I don't call my parents back within 5 minutes anyway. I'll miss you while I'm in lockup though. Leo grins lopsidedly, less wild now.
I'll see if I can arrange a conjugal visit or something. Leo, you're gross. That's gay.
I take a deep breath, navigating to my voicemail inbox selection.
Ready?
I can see Leo's family home in the distance now, and smoke rising from the backyard. They must be grilling something. Ready. I press play.
Oh, dang. That was it.
That's it. This is the credits.
Not bad.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I didn't have a bad time.
Okay.
I liked the writing was really good.
Yeah, like I really
McSkinny.
like how the McSkinny.
Written and edited by McSkinny.
Sure.
Yeah, well, that wasn't so bad. It was, you know.
It kind of helps like set up like
Right.
Leo and Chase's relationship.
Like, you know, the fact that you know, that is the route of this game. Is
Yeah.
him ending up with Leo, and then we see the afterward of it.
Yeah, and it's like you join back up with the cast and they're just not a couple anymore. It's like, I mean, I guess that's fair, but you're also kind of like, but
Especially with you having played this first.
yeah,
before
yeah.
even-
I was like, I assumed you would still be dating Leo.
Yeah, like when the fucking eyes showed up in this.
Oh yeah, the scary eyes.
What were your thoughts like the first time you?
You know what? I legitimately thought nothing of it. I was just like, yeah, okay. I've played virtual novels. They have fucked endings.
True.
So like,
What the hell?
it's Carl's like it's their
It's their.
it's their social medias.
Okay.
So previously it was like Carl's,
Yeah.
and then that was Sydney's,
Okay. Cool.
wasn't it? Yeah.
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 And now we're back. Well,
Good time.
that was interesting with the van and the red sky and all that.
Yeah. You'll see more of that later. You'll see a lot of fucking that later.
Seeing those fucking like that shit. I hate. I really.
I really like
do
that
not-
character.
I mean, I'll believe you, but I don't like that specific.
Like I think
sort of
I
thing.
think he's really cool. Like he's scary and he's terrifying. But like, you know what, he's actually scarier when he's not around. Because there's the threat of him.
Because there's the threat of
There's
him.
the threat that is there.
That's a good little tease of like, you know, what was to come. Because I know this
Yeah.
game came out second, but like,
Yeah, yeah.
wow.
So nothing with the van comes back up in Leo's route.
Okay,
It's in Jenna's route.
interesting. Fuck, man. Like,
Which is why I said like if you do either Leo or Jenna, we have to play this before we like really get into those routes.
right? Because there's stuff.
Yeah, like the van matters in that route, and just of course like the setup for like the context for Chase and Leo's relationship, of course, like matters in Leo's route.
Okay. Well, I would say overall that wasn't so bad. That was darn pretty good, actually.
Yeah, and the next time we'll record Tuesday, In Leo's
Tuesday
route.
and Leo's route. All right then. I might have to, because like it's only slightly for this. It can only be so slightly different.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna end up at the party with Carl and.
Oh, the party. Yeah.
But like say if I went Flynn's route,
Yeah.
I would have still ended up at the party with Carl and TJ would have shown up
Yeah.
and things transpired.
The party is different in every route.
What?
Wednesday is different in every route.
Oh no! For this game.
Oh,
For
okay.
this game.
Yeah. So no matter what you walk, I'm pretty sure you know what? Maybe TJ's mom drives you, for all I know, because of that one line from TJ. Like if you choose that option, maybe
'Cause you never-
maybe you hit up TJ and go like, hey, why don't your mom just drive us? Like maybe that's a thing.
Maybe.
And I'll just never know.
Because screw TJ, right?
So if you don't know,
Uh-huh.
Flynn is gay.
Right.
And he's gay at this point in the story already.
Okay, so if you come out to him, this is just like, all right.
Yeah, he's just like, yeah, okay. And Chase doesn't know that Flynn is gay.
Right.
So when you go to... So the dialogue in which Leo says, like, oh, I saw your listing on Peyton List. That entire dialogue exchange is... I looked through your messages.
Huh.
And I saw that you came out to Flynn.
Okay.
And like Leo gets like
Pissed
kind
that-
of hurt that you went to
Went to
Flynn.
Well, what if you tried to talk to him first?
Then that line shows up of like
Well, I tried to. But
I
you were
tried,
busy.
yeah, that happens.
Okay.
But Leo knows that Flynn is gay. So he thinks that Chase was maybe going to
hook up with him.
with Flynn. And
It makes him all jealousy and shit.
And in that route, you find out that Flynn already kind of knew that Chase was gay, and only told him about the party to kind of push Chase and Leo together.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Look at that. Some layers to that guy.
Flynn's got stuff going on.
I believe it. He's just such a
So
dick.
so Flynn's route's my favorite for this, where if you choose Leo first and then confess to Flynn. That's my favorite variation.
Okay.
Just because I think it's really funny.
Right.
That, and you get the scene where Leo admits to going through your phone's message history.
What a dick.
That doesn't come up.
That doesn't come up
that
at all.
kind of behavior doesn't show up again.
Oh boy, indeed.
But yeah.
Well,
next time.
that'll be fun to dive into next time. GG's.
Yeah, I'll just... Yeah. Quito.